Cheers, man.
Yo, yo.
I don't know if were we live?
Yeah, bro, we're live.
Oh shit. Okay, shit. I didn't
Already,
even know.
bro. Quick. The guys been waiting for us. They've been waiting. Cool.
My bad, guys. My bad, chat.
I'm assuming the sounds were good because I don't make mistakes. So what's good, people? My name is Benjy and welcome back to the Peer Pressure Podcast, weekly live show discussing the most important FPL topics as per usual. I'm joined by my two co-hosts, first with our Chelsea regular FPL Stark. How's your week been so far, bro?
Very good. I've actually been completely switched off from FPL. Not really, but maybe a few minutes in a group chat a day. But majority I've been enjoying the IB, so I'm actually ready for this pod to share some thoughts and hear the insights of everyone.
Cool, and of course we've got FPL Kayman, who finished as the highest ranked YouTuber last season. How's your international break, bro? Refreshed? Feeling ready to go?
Yeah, bro. We're here. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I think I missed FPL, man. Honestly, been itching to come back and get the excitement back again. So yeah.
Sweet,
Doing
sweet,
fantastic.
sweet. Hold on, let me just do something really quick. Cool. All right. I am very, very hyped for this pod. We're gonna be covering Chelsea picks, wildcard 8, captaincy. Look, it's just a huge week in FPL. I always find after the second international break, it's always one of huge significance every season. There's big swings, and that's why we've lined up a fantastic guest speaker in this one. He finished inside the top 3K last season. He actually was the second highest finish across all FPL YouTubers. So we've got Kayman, and we've got, of course, Sporting Lisbon fan Helder from FPL Impulse. How are you doing today, man?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, mate. Thank you for having me on again. And only one person I think that I know in the community that definitely finished above me, that was Kayman. So hopefully we can give a good insight today. We'll see.
Cool. So before we start, obviously we're gonna do our plugs. And guys, it's gonna take 10-15 seconds. Make sure to go to the 3 links in the video description. Number 1, follow Kayman, subscribe to his YouTube. Number 2, subscribe to Impulse. Then go follow Stark on Twitter. And also, if you guys are craving more content from us and you're searching for more content from the 3 of us, then go and get the Patreon Discord. It's the first link in the video description. You'll actually be able to sit and talk to us about your teams. There's only so much help we can provide from the screen, but if you want to take your FPL performance to the next level, especially at such a critical time after the second international break, it is really worth getting into that Discord. All of the custom graphics you see today are accessible to our Patreon members, and obviously you're going to get some exclusive data tables, exclusive captaincy analysis, bunch of stuff that you won't find anywhere else in the community, so do consider joining that. Okay, we're going to come to you, Helder. We're going to start with, obviously, your boy Victor GYOKERES, who 3 out of 4 of us own right now. I think it's 0 goals in the last 600 minutes. What's your thoughts on him? Obviously, you're an owner. What have you been concerned with in terms of his performances? And yeah, what's your perspective on him right now?
It kills me to say it because obviously having been at Sporting and being so important to us and being so good for us, I really have been like banging this drum that he's going to be amazing, but it's just not really clicked. And I think that it comes down to maybe the way Arsenal play, maybe reintegrating with a proper number 9 again, and he has to do more. But he's not having loads of good chances where I'd go, do you know what, he's just fit, but it's just not playing to him. Arsenal seem to play a lot more through their wingers. When Saka plays, everything goes through him. He is still their talisman and best player. And when Saka's not on the pitch, I worry about who the creative player is that was going to be feeding him. You know, Eze's a great player, but he's not been playing regularly great football. He's not been putting it on the play for him. And the other wingers like Martinelli, Trossard, players like this, they're much more direct. So I'm not just taking all the blame away from him, but I think the way Arsenal play, and he has to take some blame as well for not maybe some of the best performances, but it's just not clicked. And when you see stats like that, 600 minutes without a goal, and you watch the games and you see that he's not getting loads of good chances, I do start to worry about how long it's going to take for him to get up and running, you know.
Yeah.
And now that Saka's back, I think Saka is going to be that talisman. So I think I'm starting to doubt a lot whether he is worth it.
Stark, obviously, you've watched a lot of Prem in your lifetime. You've seen strikers like Drogba, You've seen some of the greatest strikers in the Prem in your era. What's your thoughts on Gyökeres and seeing him in the first 7 weeks, and what do you think the issue is? Where do you sit on him?
I think he makes Saka a better asset. I think from what I'm seeing, a lot of defenders are doubling up on him and focusing on him a lot, which is creating a lot of space for the wingers. So, and you know what? I think his touch is a bit. I don't think it's the greatest of touches, so I think defenders need to readjust. I don't know why they're doubling up on him. So, but yeah, I think we should just take advantage of the fact that he makes Saka a better asset. We have the info of who's on pens now, and I just don't think he justifies 9 million. So I'm quite annoyed, to be honest. I hate the fact that I own him. That's me being honest.
Yeah. I agree with the touch thing. When I spoke to Helder in preseason, we did a wildcard windows pod, and he told me he loves Gyökeres, and I was expecting good things, and I think I have seen a few good signs. Like, I also think, he's had a lot of criticism online, and I feel like mentally he's dealt with that kind of decently, but I do agree. I thought his technical level would be much higher. Like, I feel like he needs 1 or 2 touches to get himself in a position where he's like facing forward. I don't know, Kayman, if that's something that you've spotted with his game or not, but
No, I think what Impulse said is I think he hit the nail on the head there in terms of should I say Helder or Impulse, by the way? I just want to get it correct.
Up to you. Go. Helder's fine.
Okay. Helder's fine. Okay. All right. I'll say Impulse because that's what I'm familiar with. So
Impulse is good too.
I think what he said is very key. I think the way Arsenal play, I think Šeško would have suited them much more. Because if you look at the profile of striker that they was originally looking at was Šeško, and they were quite high on him. I'm talking about early in the summer transfer window, by the way. But just on the later on, when we got the news that Gyökeres is not too keen on playing for, my club, Manchester United, then that's when they said, okay, now we have 2 options. Gyökeres wants us, Šeško wants us as well. So I think it was probably a close call for them. I don't know the ins and outs, but I know those are the 2 strikers they're looking at, and they did have Champions League football, and they are one of the hottest team in the Prem right now. So I think maybe they chose the wrong striker in terms of from the profile standpoint. I'm not saying just because of recency bias and because Šeško scored 2 goals and Gyökeres didn't, right, or something like that. I think Gyökeres still had more goals than Šeško. I just think because of as I said already, the profile and the type of striker is, he would have suited them more. But I still think Gyökeres would score some goals. He wouldn't be like, I don't know if he would be breaking the league like how Haaland did, but I think he would tick along. I don't think he's a terrible striker. I just think what Impulse said is the correct thing, is that it maybe doesn't suit Arsenal because they're going to dominate the possession a lot more. They're not a transition heavy team. Let's be honest. Most people are going to park the bus versus them. And then you're expecting Gyökeres to play in a bit more, say, possession style football where he's becoming a decoy rather than being the final man to tap in or something like that,
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
As well as you also ask him to make link-up plays as well, which I think Havertz is better at doing that than Gyökeres. So
On
I
the
think
topic,
people was gone.
on the topic of strikers, do you guys think that we are playing FPL sub optimally if we have 3 strikers as opposed to 2 in a dead spot and investing money into defense and midfield?
Helder?
I think there's a lot more value in midfield and defence, especially this season, with DEFCONs, with how the state of football sort of is. It feels like there are clean sheets out there. It doesn't feel like any teams are really awful this season as well, so you're probably not, unless you're talking about Haaland, I don't think you're backing many forwards as your captain any week, so you probably don't want to put a lot of money into that forward line. The issue for me is that I'm actually struggling at times to almost spend the money if I'm having a dead spot instead of Gyökeres or whoever that is, and I'm putting that money to the rest of the team, unless I'm trying to fit Salah in. Right now, we've got Saka, Palmer's obviously out injured, and beyond that, it seems to be the quite cheap midfielders that are doing well, so I think it's hard for me to actually know where to put that money into. It doesn't feel right to spend that much money on a forward, no, not when 600 minutes without a goal.
Yeah, if you look at some of the points per start, by the way, guys, all these stats are per start. Like, for instance, like an Enzo's averaging 5.9 points, Benjy 5 points, Minte 4 points. You compare that to the likes of some of these strikers, I mean, it's crazy how some people are going to be playing 3-4-3, including myself. I have 3 strong strikers. I wildcarded into that structure. And I do agree with Stock. I think looking at it now, a 5 midfield or a 4-back with 2 up front's probably the optimal play. Do you agree, Kayman?
Yeah.
Um, I want to push back on that. I heard everything you guys said, by the way. I'm still looking at my phone, but apologies. I think there are a decent amount of strikers available, especially because in this summer window, how many strikers the Premier League has obviously signed, right? If you're looking at Newcastle, looking at Liverpool, they've signed 2. Newcastle signed 2. I know Whistle already was there, but we've got quite a few strikers in the league. And they are going to score goals. Although in the first half of the season so far, we have not seen many goals. I think the goals are going to come, like especially in the December period. And our opinions could change very quickly, right? And I think ultimately these strikers are not exactly like, other than Gyökeres, I don't think they're all overpriced either. 7 to 7.5 million, you're getting like likes of Watermard, Bowen, Mateta. Mateta, by the way, has been underperforming on a crazy level. Like as a non-owner, I think I'm extremely fortunate. He should have bagged a hat trick versus Liverpool. He should have scored versus Everton. The amount of time he should have scored is crazy.
Yeah.
So I think our perspective would have changed much more if those goals were to go in. And I think Bowen becoming a striker is a bit odd, but still he's good enough to be able to deliver points. So I think it's not a terrible thing to go because, for example, let's compare a 7.5 or a 7 million striker to a midfielder. So are you talking about Enzo Fernandez, Sar? You can have those guys, but the 5th midfielder, who is the 5th midfielder so for non-Salah draft? I'm assuming it's either who would it be? Because
For
I'm
me, it's
not in a non-Salah
Paqueta
draft.
and Reinders.
Okay, so who's better, Paqueta or Altamad or Bowen? Who's better? Or even Mateta? Who's better?
I'd say the striker, but you're paying more, way more.
Okay,
think in
but
this
you have
meta,
all the money in the world though because you have no Salah. Like you think about it, why would you need a Paqueta if you have no Salah? I'm sorry, where's your money going to?
Defense. Start coming.
Diff-
I
no,
think
think
there's also
go on,
like a different. I was just gonna say
go
there's
on.
there's a bit of a difference as well. Like depending on how you want to look at how you want to play the game. Like if you wanted to go by sort of the meta, if you will, it probably is now to put all your money into the defense, try and chase those DEFCON points and play a 4, even 5 at the back right now. But then if I'm watching the game, I really struggle to get behind my team if I'm playing a Senesi for tackles, for example, over like playing, like you say, a Bowen and thinking he could grab
No,
a
but
goal. But realistically, like Bowen's probably going to get you a 5.6 points, and Senesi can get that and double that from just one clean sheet, and it's really frustrating because
no, but
I definitely want the 3-4-3, but or
no, but
three
I'm
five
saying
two. But
you're looking at Senesi ceiling at what at best 6-8 points, right? Best, right?
more
Best
with a clean
most
sheet at
weeks.
the moment. Yeah, at most weeks.
Like 8 points, I would say, with clean sheets, right? Because I expect them to score goals and other players to pick up bonus points. But then your striker is like 9 points to like sinning, right? If they score a goal, they're highly likely to get bonus points as well. So I don't think so unless you're gonna play 4 or 5 at the back or something like that, which I don't think is sustainable personally. I think 3-4-3
I
is
hope
still
not.
fine. It's still viable,
I don't think it is either. Like if you
especially in a no Salah draft. Especially in a no Salah draft.
like I've been listening to a few things like from FPL Fran and stuff, and the total number of DEFCONs this season has gone up from last season, and we all think it's because of long throws, because long throws are back in the league, right? And that's creating more clearance situations and stuff. That's why DEFCON's up as a whole across the whole league. So, but still, the hit rates are not going to be 99%. So if you consider it that way, I agree with Kayman. I expect the attackers to start returning more. Like I said, we haven't had a hat trick yet in this season. Like I expect goals to come at some point. I want to come to Stock because he had a point. Go ahead, Stock.
I think the only reason the case you could make is if you don't want Salah because you don't think he justifies it, then maybe you can spread the money and have 3 forwards. However, I think Salah's run is about to turn for the positive in terms of fixtures. I think he could be a captain in Haaland in the next couple of few. I also think that Saka is now available and Palmer will be available in November. So if these assets are available, I just still would prefer to have 2 strikers and a dead spot, invest my money into the midfield, have 4 defenders I mean, the fourth and fifth defender, I wouldn't rotate them every week, but I'd rather have a fourth defender at 4.5 who can get defcon than a Calvert-Lewin, for example, at 5.5. In my
100%.
opinion, if
I,
you
I
look
I
at these
don't.
forwards, right? Tell
Hmm.
me which one. Like you could make holes for all of them apart from Haaland, and even Haaland last season he was this price tag, almost 15 mil. People said he has to score a brace every game to justify it. So you could even
Mhm.
argue that if he starts to underperform, he's a problem. Like you could pick holes in every one of these forwards, in my opinion.
100%. And this is the thing.
Wait.
Stock said
Okay.
to me,
Okay.
hold up, Cayman.
Mhm.
Stock said to me at the start of the season, the reason that he won was one of the reasons he went for Haaland is because he didn't like any of the other striker picks. You go down this list, only Mateta has 100% pen share for his team. That is insane. In a market where you have Isak at 10.6, Gyökeres at 9, Watkins there. I mean, it's just, I do see what he's saying. What do you think, Cayman?
So it all comes down to penalties then, basically.
No, it doesn't,
Because
but-
the midfielders have penalties, then what?
It doesn't all come down to pens.
Because I think that's what it comes down to. Because you're saying Paqueta is better than Waltemar or Bowen because he's got penalties. I think that's ridiculous. Because in a non-Salah draft, it is completely viable to find a 0.5 or 0.8 or however extra it is to upgrade Paqueta to Waltemar, right? Or even 1 million. It's very easy. I'm sorry. And people who are saying, "Oh, my money is going into defense." Okay, you have a Pope, right? You have Gabriel Timber. I have literally done a wildcard video. I had Waltemar or Bowen, whoever you want. And the only compromise is instead of maybe you having a fifth defender who's 4.5 million, you're gonna have a Rodon, which is completely fine.
No, I
You can
get what
still
you're
have your
saying.
Sinesi and you still have your
Yeah.
Timber and Gabriel. It's still possible.
I do think you don't have to sacrifice actually this season that much if you're not having Salah and
Yeah.
Haaland. I do think you can have a whole team, but then I think it goes back to if you're going to get a DEFCON defender who's going to, I hate to talk about this sometimes, but if he's going to get you those 2 points like every other week, even if that's 18 times he hits DEFCONs, there's not going to be any forwards that are going to get you that level of assists in the season, for example, when you
Okay.
can also predict it much more easily. And I'm not a data
Wow.
person really, but you
Well,
can
hold
kind
on.
of.
Are you saying 4.5 million Richard or Anderson's gonna outscore Waltemar and Bowen? Is that what you're saying right now, Hold on. Are you going on record right now?
I think it's going to be very close, and
I
I think
mean,
for
My goodness.
half
Right
the price
now-
almost.
Right
My
now, points per
goodness.
start.
My
Right now,
freaking goodness.
points per start. Let's just remind ourselves that Bowen's the third highest scoring forward in the game, averaging 5 points per start. Richard's at 4.7, and he's 3 million cheaper.
Wait, hold
Not
on,
to the
hold on.
massive, but how many goals
Wait.
would you think Bowen's going to get this season? Let's say 12, 14?
Yeah, I'd
That's
say
like
13,
40,
14.
that's 52 points from goals. And they'll get some bonuses on top of that and things like this. You maybe hit 140, 150 points, maybe. I don't know. I think a Senesi, Richards will do more than that personally, but
That's
at
crazy,
2.5,
man. That's crazy.
I don't want it to
man.
happen.
Oh
I'm
my
going to be playing.
days.
What's
I'm
happened to
possibly
the game,
going to be
bro?
bringing Bowen in. I
Game's
This is what I'm
changed.
saying. The game is gone. The game is gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
I
If
mean,
you're telling me Richard, man like Richard from America, aka Captain America, is gonna outscore Bowen, who is a talisman for West Ham, who could walk into most of the teams in the league. The game is gone, bro. And he only costs 4.5 million. I should be starting him even like every single game week.
That's. I mean, I literally was complaining about this. Even I did a video on it reviewing last game. I was complaining about that because I was there thinking I should be excited about my forward line and my midfielders, and even with my midfielders, I'm counting tackles Bruno's made, or I'm looking at my defense thinking, oh, why is Senesi been bought off early before he got his +2, whatever. And it's like I shouldn't really be caring about that, but that's where the points seem to be at right now, and hopefully things change.
Yeah.
No, me neither.
Because I have to go in a line of thinking where it's not only outside my comfort zone, but it seems like really odd. The fact that I'm
Yeah.
debating a 7 million striker with a 4.5 million centre back is just ridiculous. I should never be the case.
I can't stand looking at my team with 4 defenders.
Yeah, Richard shouldn't be able to match a Bowen, a freaking talismanic asset, or a Walterman. They shouldn't be able to do that. That doesn't make any sense. Richard is literally probably the 7th or 8th best player in that team. I'm sorry. Richard, Captain America, I respect it, but bro, no way.
Stark, you're
Can't-
gonna say
How?
something,
it-
Stark?
Yeah.
I think Paqueta as well. If you compare Paqueta and Bowen, I think Paqueta's XGI is better than Bowen's, and also Paqueta has more routes to points. Of course, historically his output's been quite low, but with the addition of DEFCON, and I think he's got a very high average for DEFCON. I think he's hit it once already under Nuno, and then he got 11 in the previous game. If Paqueta becomes a consistent DEFCON player with pens and takes the set pieces because there's no Ward-Prowse, there's an argument where saving 2 million on him versus Bowen is also better value for money. But then, and it leads back to, what's our excuse for not having Salah and Haaland?
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, I think it's Arsenal, and this is my concern with Gyökeres. I mean, some of the numbers aren't that bad. I mean, XG, he's still in the top 4. By the way, what Kayman was saying on Mateta is right. Mateta's actually sitting second behind Haaland for XG and non-pen XG per start this season. But Gyökeres' numbers not bad. Like, even shots inside the box, he's third. You know, his non-pen XG is still not bad, 0.3 per start. So there's a few good things there, but my main thing with Gyökeres, which we'll get into a little bit later, is captaincy, because I don't think I'm willing to captain him in 10 and 11. And when you look at the captaincy matrix, which we'll go to later, it does become a little sticky. But yeah, I agree with what Stock was saying about Paqueta. They're both at, I don't have XGI because I don't really like XA, but in terms of XG, they're both at basically 0.11 XG, non-pen XG per stop. So yeah, you're right.
I'll ask one more question just while we're on Gyökeres as well, because
Yeah.
it just kind of came to me. The same argument that we make for keeping João Pedro, though, surely should be a similar argument for Gyökeres, you know, because I know João Pedro's a bit cheaper, or 1.5 million cheaper or so. I feel I see a lot of people saying we have to keep João Pedro because the fixtures are going to be great, but he's not getting shots off, he's not getting chances, and we're keeping him. But Gyökeres was saying absolutely not, we're probably done with him. And I am in that camp. Like, I've not even considered selling João Pedro so far, but I'm 100% thinking I need to get rid of Gyökeres to give money elsewhere. So why do you think the difference is in that? Because João Pedro doesn't have penalties either.
I think it's because people love the fact that Saka has penalties and he's a talismanic asset for Arsenal, who's on set pieces and who also has amazing open play threat and who can be captain in most weeks. You can't say the same for example, an alternative asset from Palace. You're not going to captain a Saar, you're not going to captain a Munoz, right? So the ceiling of a Saka and the appeal there, people would want to switch, and people also would want to have a double Arsenal defense as well. I think that's what's probably swaying the people, but you're right. There is a bit of double standard there. But maybe because of that.
Right?
I'll tell
I
you
suppose
why,
Enzo is like
Helder,
Chelsea's Saka in some way.
why I'm considering selling Gyökeres, and it's because I look at 10 and 11, like, and now the game has become Haaland FC. You need to start thinking, when can we take him on? And I look at, yes, okay, Liverpool and Bournemouth at home, both at home, could cap him there. But for me, I'd chase the upside of the Arsenal pick in 10 and 11, especially if they win against Atletico at home. If they win Atletico at home, I think it's 9 from 9 in the Champions League, and they're in a very good position to rotate ahead of Slavia Prague away, which would mean a full midweek's rest for the likes of Bukayo Saka. And I just think 10 and 11, I can't captain Victor Gyökeres in these fixtures just based off form, what I've seen of the player, the actual player, his pen share right now. Saka's the pick. And as frustrating as it is to potentially swap them, and you hear all the content creators in your ear, it's not worth the swap. But I wanted to be more like FPL Kayman, ruthless. If I see a mistake in my team, he's going. And I look at Gyökeres as a mistake, and in my opinion, I think he's probably a sell this week. I don't know where you are on that stock.
I don't have triple Arsenal, so I can get, and I've got money in the bank. So obviously everything's team dependent.
Yeah.
I could go Kudus to Saka, 1 free transfer for this game week. But you see, on Saka, right? I don't know if you've got your spacing graphic
do.
out or if it's a bit too soon.
We got it.
If you look at the next 3 game weeks, including the Champions League, I think it's a Fulham, Atletico Madrid, and it's a Saturday, Tuesday turnaround, right?
Yep.
And then Crystal Palace. So if you don't have Saka, do you think it's worth going now, or do you think it's better to wait for that Sunderland Burnley entry point? Because I think Atletico is a big game for them. I think Saka will play that one. And if it's a Saturday, Tuesday turnaround, do you think Saka's going to get 90 minutes after playing both the international break games as well for England?
If they're not winning like 2-0 by 80, I think if they're winning 2-0 by 80, I expect them to be subbed off. But Eileen, they've dropped points in the previous years to Fulham. So I think Arteta will also think like, hey, we need to win this game, and it's definitely winnable. But I do agree. I think his minutes aren't perfect for sure against Fulham. I just think it's a great fixture. Like Anthony Robinson played really, really well against him last season. He's not started a single league game. It's Sessegnon. So I think the matchup's just fantastic for him. No Lukic. Tete has a knee injury. Let's see if he's available. I think Fulham are in a very vulnerable position. I don't know if you agree.
What's your expectation of Palace?
Oh,
I
Palace.
don't think Palace is a good fixture.
It's
for
not.
anyone.
Not for me. Not for me. It's not a good fixture. But what I would say is that Palace do play Thursday, Sunday, and then they also have Liverpool away on the Wednesday, in the midweek after the Arsenal game. So their schedule becomes a little bit tight around the Arsenal game, but obviously it's not a good fixture. I agree with you on that. What do you think about the swap
Also-
window?
Yeah, and I'm very similar to you what you said, Benji, because I wildcarded 2 game weeks ago, and at that time the reason I went with Gyökeres over Saka was because I wasn't 100% sure on Saka's minutes coming back from injury and all those things, and I was for some reason quite convinced Gyökeres might actually take a penalty, which in hindsight was probably not that smart because Saka took it when they were on the pitch together. Anyways, so I was like, Saka's minutes might not be great. I always knew that when Saka was going to come back, he was going to be that talisman still. He's still their best player. And I'm now regretting that decision. So I've already got Raya and Gabriel, which, again, another mistake. I probably should not have gone Raya. Could have easily gone Timber or another defender like Calafiori. But now I'm sat there thinking, I probably want Saka. And I actually think with Madueke being out, Saka, if Arsenal aren't winning, I agree. I think he will keep playing. Whereas Gyökeres, Havertz is actually closer than what I think we expected. And not right now, but I think in a couple of weeks' time, we'll start worrying about Gyökeres' minutes as well as how he's performing, because Havertz is quite close to coming back. It might not be for another 2 or 3 weeks, but I think everything's sort of aiming towards... Saka's not going to get dropped at any point. I don't think he's going to get rotated, especially whilst Madueke's out, as long as he's fit.
Yeah,
So
and I think Stark made a great point about the spacing, and I do think Gyökeres, especially Marino, scoring goals now. Like, he scored a brace for
Yeah.
Spain. Like, it's just a bit scary Saturday, Tuesday turnaround. That's why I like this exit a little bit more. And I think the wingers have a better matchup against Fulham rather than Gyökeres. But the problem is, if there's a pen, I mean, he's on a stinker run of form. They
Yeah.
could give it to him, and we could be all
They
be
definitely
sitting
will.
here
I
and we
think
could
they
be
will.
fuming.
Well, I think it was written in the stars that we'll sell Gyökeres for Saka and he will score a penalty. I've almost no doubt about it, but I just think you've got to look at what's ahead of us and think,
Yeah.
do we trust Gyökeres over the next 4, 5, 6? And if Havertz is back by Burnley, for example, do we think... Well, I don't know if it's as early as that, but let's say Burnley, Sunderland, Havertz is back training. We'll suddenly be thinking Gyökeres might get rotated, he might get benched, especially if he's still in bad form.
Yeah. Kayman?
Question. You guys are talking about switching Gyökeres to Saka. My question is, that's not a one transfer move, is it? Because you're talking about a striker, and then you're talking about buying a midfielder. So I'm assuming people that own Gyökeres already, and hopefully they have 2 transfers to be able to do that move. But if they have 1 transfer, would you still advise them to do that move? Like, for example, take a hit or something like that, and maybe upgrading Kudus or whoever else, right?
No.
Reinders or whoever else to Saka, downgrade Gyökeres. You wouldn't do that?
No, I wouldn't. I'll start on this one. I mean, my thing is like I said, the appeal with Saka is 10 and 11 cap, right? You don't need him for Fulham, but if you can get to him for Fulham, I think there's high upside because of the matchup. No Robinson and Sessegnon, I think he's going to destroy Sessegnon. And without Lukic, I think it could be honestly a 2-3-4 game for Arsenal, that game. And they've been pretty poor from set pieces as well, Fulham. If I just scroll down to the where is it? The defense starter, XG, set piece XGC, Fulham, 3 goals conceded from set pieces. They're around mid-table. It's not bad, but yeah. I wouldn't make the swap.
What about
now.
you two?
You don't need to captain him now.
What about you and Heather? Like, if you had 1 free transfer and you are sitting there with Gyökeres and you have triple Arsenal already, and you can't necessarily get to Saka, would you take hits to be able to do switcheroos and whatnot?
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. Probably because confidence-wise, Saka could very much give the pen to Gyökeres. So I wouldn't do it for the next two because I don't, like Benji said, the captaincy. I don't think it's important. Palace and Fulham with Atletico midweek, Thursday, Saturday. I definitely wouldn't had three. I'd just
But then
keep
the
it as
issue
it.
is, sorry. But then the issue is then you walk into Burnley and Sunderland, then how do you justify selling Gyökeres before those two, right? If you were to go to Saka, then
No, but you can
it's just
sell
one of those
Gyökeres now,
pick your
but
poison,
don't
right?
go to Saka until 10, basically. Like, you can choose to exit Gyökeres this week, but not pick up Saka yet. You know what I mean?
Okay. So basically, you're saying maybe go to a Baltimore or something like that, and then in 9 or 10 when Saka has good fixtures, then upgrade him. Could do something like that to Saka. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should actually talk about Joao Pedro. We should, if you go back to
Yeah.
your strikers,
Yeah.
or just the fixtures in general for Chelsea.
We can go to
Yeah.
the fixtures. Chelsea
Like-
are the sixth, seventh line there. I mean,
I would
scared.
I'd argue this is gonna, based on the fact that we now, obviously, when you get fixtures at the start of the season, in your head you always have the 3 promoted teams, and you go a bit off last season's data, right, and how teams play. But now that we have 7 game weeks worth of watching, and obviously data that backs up what we're watching, I would argue this run is one of the best runs a team will have in the Prem all season. And just Forest, he's on the brink of being sacked. If he
Mhm.
comes out to play, we will batter them even without Palmer. I've got no doubt in my mind. Sunderland, Tottenham. I mean, Tottenham are our little sons. For the first time in a long time, I'm nervous about their game because I rate Thomas Frank and he's very pragmatic. But then Wolves, Burnley, like those 4 out of 5 fixtures are phenomenal. If only Palmer was fit for this run, man. But yeah, Joao Pedro, if you don't own him, with his EO,
It's
I'd make a strong
scary.
case you should buy him.
It
I
is
think
scary.
he's one of the most sold, isn't he? It looks like he might be due a price drop before the deadline, even.
You see,
I don't-
this
I-
is interesting, right? If you don't have JP, do you need to buy him? I'd like to make the argument that if you don't have JP, like say for example, you have no Chelsea attack, and you're in the decision to make whether to buy Enzo Fernandez or JP, and say for example you have 2 free transfers, so would you rather get double Chelsea attack, or would you get maybe Enzo, and then instead of say maybe I don't know JP, you get Bowen or Baltimore? What would you guys prefer? Personally, I would probably have one of the Chelsea attackers, not double up on them, and I'll maybe spice things up with maybe a Bowen or Baltimore or something like that. With those two, it's always I'll slightly favor Bowen because of the fact that he's more proven asset and has done it more, but it is a bit close. But yeah.
I think the Chelsea pick is quite short term. So,
Mhm.
but then again, if you're comparing that to Bowen, Chelsea are a better attack than West Ham. So,
Mhm.
it's hard. It's for me. I'm looking at the Chelsea guys as well, just because I already have Paqueta. So it's like I'm not looking to go to double West Ham attack. But if somebody
Okay.
didn't have, I like Bowen a lot. I can't lie, but Chelsea's fixtures are superb, and I think personally I'm going to have a piece by the GW8 deadline probably because I have no Chelsea.
I don't know, man.
I
JP is
do
not
think
pleasing. Listen, I know the fixtures there, and I'm one of those managers where I don't just blindly I don't blindly worship fixtures, and that's not me, right? I am looking at the body language of JP in the last few games, and I'm not been impressed. I'll be honest. Forget the XG, XA, all that nonsense. I've not been impressed
He's
with
not
the
been
way he's been
fit.
looking. Well, I don't know that. I mean, he's played 70, 80 minutes. I mean, if you're on the pitch, you're fit for me, mate. I don't care.
He was
Give me
doing a
some GA.
cardio session against Liverpool. If he was fit, he would have played the whole game, bro. Maresca's
But
a
yeah,
great leader.
yeah. Listen, the signs I've seen, as I'm saying, I'm not convinced. But he will prove me wrong maybe again, because obviously he proved me wrong to start the season. Maybe he'll do it again. But I'm just saying the signs are not looking good for JP so far. Oh, not so far, but as of recently, sorry.
So you would prefer
he has been
Enzo?
quite a bit.
No, sorry. Go ahead, Helder.
Yeah,
Your
I
comment.
already said it. I've already said I'll prefer Enzo over JP if I had to pick one. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to just say, I think he is a bit of a form player, isn't he? He's not someone that like Bowen's one of those where any game he'll do something potentially quite consistent.
Yeah,
Whereas
exactly. Yeah.
it just seems to be if he's in a good run, you want to jump on him, and he'll probably hit some good heights for the next 2 or 3. But we saw it at Brighton as well, and where he just disappears sometimes. And even though he was a talisman apparently at Brighton,
Well,
those
okay,
times
I'll
where
make
he
the
would
argument for
yeah,
Watermark then. Hold on, let's make the argument
yeah,
for Watermark then. Because
yeah,
JP is not on pens,
especially
Watermark is not on pens. Are we saying that Chelsea attack is right now without Palmer that much significantly better than Newcastle?
Yes.
Are they?
Yeah. I've not been impressed with Newcastle. They sit 14th open play attack. Yes, they've had tougher fixtures, but 2 open play goals in the first 7 is not impressive at all.
the only positive is that he has very little competition at the moment. So
Yeah, and he's
I
on
mean,
pens when Gordon comes off as well. Like Gordon might get subbed off for 60 minutes. Sometimes he
But the
might even
thing
get
is,
rotated.
Kayman, you
And you
always
get a
say to
penalty
me,
taker from
Newcastle's a good home team, bro. They have what is it? 4 away fixtures in their next 6,
Oh
and one
yeah,
of their home
that's
games
tough.
is City at home, right?
Yeah, that's tough.
But I
That's
still think
tough.
the
Yeah.
fixture runs it's good. Like they have decent West Ham and Brentford are decent away games. Like I like Walter Mott. It's just I just want
Yeah.
to see them click before I go there. You know what I mean?
I do think it's going to change as well. Like looking at West Ham, I've heard that apparently there was a behind closed doors training session where Nuno played a 3 at the back, and apparently Bowen was, or they think that Bowen's going to be one of the strikers in that front two, and Paqueta could be the other one. That could change things. And if they do go to 3 at the back under Nuno, will they become good defensively or better defensively than they have been? So suddenly West Ham's not a good fixture in there as well. It is tough. I will say, if I was wildcarding, I'd find it very hard to pick between Voltemade, Bowen, and Jean Pedro. I'd have Haaland, and then between those 3, I'd find it tough to decide on who is the best other 2 to go with him.
It is really
I
tough.
want to put my Chelsea bias to the side because this is not coming from a biased Chelsea fan point, but JP with those fixtures. If you also look at a bit of game theory of FPL, the game we play, if you look at his EO is over 60. I think he's 60% owned on. Is he not? Is he still not the most owned player in the game?
Haaland just equalized with him.
Okay, right. So you've got. I would assume that the majority of the player base in the top 100k, the EO for JP is probably 70% EO or above.
It's around 75.
Now, if Chelsea were to score in these next 5 fixtures, which I think is going to be highly likely given how good the run is, you're taking on an asset who's going to spearhead the attack. You could argue he might be on pens. If Enzo's knee issue, remember Enzo's just came back from the IB with a potential knee issue. We don't know how serious that is. We'll have to wait. But if Enzo's out, 100% JP's on the pens. Like there's no doubt in my mind he's on those pens. If Enzo comes off, JP will be on those pens. If Enzo's on the pitch, I still wouldn't be surprised if JP takes the pen. He's a better pen taker. And I just think he's not worth taking on at his EO with those fixtures, given the game that we play, which is EO based at times.
I
And
completely understand that, yeah.
And
No,
he's
I
obviously
agree.
going to be playing every game, isn't he? Because he's suspended in the Champions League and all that stuff. So in terms of minutes, there's no one else that's going to be guaranteed 90 minutes in that attack. I don't think for Chelsea, apart from probably Jean Pedro and maybe Enzo. But even then, he might get
It's funny how
rested.
quickly they forget. Like he was literally the only attacker on the pitch against United, and against what was the next game where we got a red card again? Brighton. Again, the only attacker when we got that red card, and then obviously Liverpool. And Maresca said that him and Caicedo were dealing with knocks, but they were playing through them because of the lack of alternatives. They've had 2 weeks off during the international break. They didn't get called up, so they've been freshened up. Like to think on the back of that last-minute winner, we'll have some momentum. The fixtures are good. Just don't overthink it, in my opinion. Don't take on the EO. That would be my opinion.
I
So-
think also if you don't go JP either 8 or 9, you don't go at all because you have nailed minutes for Sunderland because he's obviously the red card in the Champions League. Kayman.
Yeah, look, I'm not here hating on JP at all. I own him, and I've been owning him since game week 1. If you're on wildcard and say, for example, you're buying an asset right now, the points that people have gained already is already gone. You can't gain them back. Now, if you only pick him just because the fixtures are good and you ignore his performances and how he looks on the pitch, then I just think you're picking blindly, right? And I think you have to. It's more of a hope than rather than like something being more logical, isn't it? Like people are saying, okay, why do you still have Salah? And he's performing so bad. He's blanking for 14.5 million. He's owned still like by 43% of the game. but just because he's on, people are still taking him on, right? People took him on when he was 50% EO, right? So sometimes people, just because of EO, people are not afraid to take on a particular asset, especially if they believe that they're not performing and they're not on form. They will take them on. Obviously Salah had a bit of a tough fixture as well, to be honest, in his favor. But I still think, as much as like, there's something going on with JP.
What I
I
would
hope
say with
he fixes it.
JP is, like, if you look at his returns this season, both of his goals have come from headers from corners. One of his assists was from a secondary corner situation as well. So he's actually yet to score like a real striker goal for Chelsea. But then again, with these fixtures, that's probably coming, right? But yeah,
Is he even a striker, bro? Is he even a striker? Do you guys think he should
he
be
had
playing
not.
striker?
Probably
We had
not.
10 men. We had 10 men in 2 games, and he was the only striker on the pitch. What do people expect?
yeah, that's true. We need to put that into context.
Okay, what about
Like-
Liverpool? Liverpool. What about Liverpool?
I don't really expect much from a striker when they play Liverpool, regardless.
I'm not asking
Not
for a
really
GA though. I'm
expect
asking
it.
for a performance there.
He wasn't
He
fit.
played
Kayman.
70 minutes and he had a knock. Yeah, I don't think he was
Oh, it's-
atrocious, but players are allowed, let's say, not to have a stormer. Like, you know, they're allowed one game where they don't have a worldy performance. He's had a great start overall to his career
Okay.
at Chelsea.
Cool. Let's move to
Walter Marder. Walter Marder, man. See, on Walter Marder, right? Sorry to keep going on, but he has been subbed off in the 60th minute. It's just because of the last game where he stayed on and he took the penalty because Gordon came off. Everyone's like all of a sudden forgetting what happened beforehand. He's also prone to early subs. He's the only striker, and they play in the Champions League.
Yeah, he's averaged 76 minutes in the Prem so far, which isn't that great, to be honest. Pretty bad.
I just want to shout out to Manon on the chat. So can't wait for JP and Salah to punish sellers. Manon, at the moment, the only people JP and Salah are punishing are the owners. Just to let you know. Yeah, it works both ways, my friend. Yeah, it works both ways, my friend. And I'm sitting right here. I'm the prime example right here. I'm sitting right here with both of them bums on my team.
Well, let's talk about the
They better start
midfielders then.
returning.
Kayman, Mo Salah, 4 GA and 7. It's a bit concerning. The guys who do stand out here, obviously Semenyo is on a tear. If you don't have him, get him. Ismaila Sarr, crazy start from Sarr at 4 returns in the first 7. His dot is fantastic. He's in a great patch as well. Would you go there on a wildcard holder?
If I was a wildcard, yeah. I mean, I've considered him even as part of my transfers. I think the next 2 games are not easy at all. Bournemouth are a good team, and obviously Arsenal's really tough. So I don't know if I would be rushing to get him now. If I was on a wildcard, I'd be trying to plan ahead and think it's fine to bring him in now. But if you're not on a wildcard, I think you can probably wait till 10 and just see how Palace do. Plus, there is that rotation conversation, which we probably need to see when Palace really get into those tough fixtures, how much they rotate, because their squad isn't amazing beyond that starting 11. So I expect Sarr to play most minutes. But I think they're yet to be really tested with like really tough fixtures back to back. So I don't think you need to rush for him. But yeah, he's good. He's always good.
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes right now averaging the same non-pen XG per start as Mo Salah in the league. So Salah's equivalent to a DM, Kayman. Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
I can't defend Salah. I can't defend an asset who costs 14.5 million. I know he's 14.4 million before this fucking price check police comes after me. I owned him for 14.5 million. So for me, he's 14.5 million. I know it's 14.4 million for you because you sold him. Congratulations to you. It's 14.5 million. And 14.5 million has to give me 622. And the funniest thing is that I predicted Haaland to give those type of returns. And look at this. Karma is a bitch. It come back to me, and it's Salah's giving me those returns. So I'm gonna have to hold that one, and I've been holding it for a while. So Benjy has won over me this season on Haaland versus Salah debate. I was on the Salah gang. I had to buy a new ship real quick in Haaland. And yes, Salah, he has 1 more week in my team, and then the wildcard might come out, and I might have to get rid of Salah. There's no other way. As much as the fixtures are there, same thing applies for what I mentioned earlier about JP. I'm being consistent here, by the way. If you just because you have fixtures, Salah has great fixtures, by the way. United, Brentford, Villa, not that amazing either. And then who else the other fixture? I forgot. On
it's City.
City is the tough fixture. Sorry, City is the only tough fixture on paper, if you want to consider that. But historically speaking, Salah always smashes City as well. So really and truly, his fixtures are phenomenal. And yet, I may consider selling him because the guy has been atrocious, and I can't tolerate 14.5 million. That's to give me 60 every week, and hope he's gonna return. Because similarly, last season, what happened when I held Haaland, hoping that he's gonna give me return, he continued to punish me, and I fear the same thing might happen this season with Salah. I might be holding him too long. You know.
I would just say with Salah though, I do think there is this isn't logic as such. This is a bit of hope, but I do think there's been a lot of conversation about Salah not being involved in games so much, and even I think Slot's even addressed it in some questions. And I do wonder sometimes when you get an international break, when players come back and they're reflecting on the last few games because Liverpool have come back off back-to-back losses, will they reflect and go, something's not working like it was last season? How do we fix those issues? And I think Salah needs to be more involved. He is still their best player in and around the box, the biggest goal threat, if they can get him involved in those right areas. So I think we could see it change again. Man United was a good fixture for him, but I don't know. If you don't sell him now, I don't know when you would.
Yeah.
Honestly, I am considering myself this week. I've got the transfers where I can go to Salah and get those cheap options around him, and I have considered it because I think I'm going to want him for game week 12 for that run up to when he goes to AFCON. If I get him in early, I'm ahead. But then there's people selling him.
No, I've considered it as well, Helder.
But Helder, don't you want to?
The difference between me and you is that you have your free hit. The problem I have with going to Salah now is 11 because they play each other in 11, and then ultimately you're forced into captaining Haaland in 11, and it also means you have 28.9 million, 30 million tied up in that game, and it's not a very good fixture for either. And in that week, like obviously maybe you could do a free hit, you have your free hit available, you can get maybe a Palmer's fit for Wolves, you can load up on Arsenal against Sunderland, you'll have the optimal captaincy, and you can get off both of them. But the only reason I can't bring myself to get Salah in is because of 11. Because I think 10, honestly, is the banker. I think Villa at home's the banker for Salah. But it depends how he does in 8 and 9. And by the way, if he gets a brace against United, everybody's going to be looking at how do we get him in.
Yeah, but I mean, Brentford and Villa at home are good fixtures, and I do think
that
Man City game, I think there's going to be goals. City are better defensively this season, maybe than have been in some previous, but I think in that game at the Etihad, City aren't going to just sit back and try and defend, and I think Liverpool can't really do that under Slot. They always go for games. I think there's goals in that.
They don't have Edison in goal anymore, Hada, bro. They don't have Edison in goal anymore. Like Salah's not gonna have those easy time, So what I would say, Hada, about you buying Salah this week or not? Now you know me, so I'm one of the biggest Salah advocate, and I'm these days it's hard to be an advocate, right? I don't really, if I was in your situation, and even though I rate Salah, it's not even recency bias. I'd rather let Salah hold 1 week. I'd rather miss one of his big calls, for example, a 14-pointer, right? Which a realistic haul, it could happen versus United. Then go into him too early with 2 free transfers, which could come handy for you. Come game week 9, and you can still jump on him. He still has good fixture run in Brentford, really good entry point, and that way you're much safer. You're going into the known rather than going into the unknown. Right now, you're still an unknown whether Liverpool are going to be really back, whether Salah's still going to be clicking, whether Isak is going to be clicking, we don't know because Liverpool are in shambles right now. Right, they're on a 3-loss streak. Is it going to continue to go downhill or are they going to pick it up? I think you rather wait for the known before you commit such a big amount of, say, budget or transfers into that asset. Because you have a good captain in Haaland anyways. Unless you want to captain Salah this week. That's the only way I see it. Otherwise, I don't think it's worth it, personally. I think you rather wait 1 more week.
It makes a lot of sense, to be honest. But the only problem is, I think if I don't get him this week, I'm probably going to use my transfers because I've got 3 in the bank, and I'm probably going to use them because I want to switch my team up a little bit. I'm
Are you wildcard?
No. I've used my wildcard 2 weeks ago, and I've got 3 in my 3 saved up.
Okay.
And I'm
we'll look at his team. We'll have a look
at
at his team.
So if I don't get it now, it'll probably be game week 12. So
Stock, are you also looking at 12 entrants for Salah? No Salah?
Nah, because I don't really fancy captaining a player versus Sean Dyche.
This guy and his fucking. How do you know they're gonna get Sean Dyche?
Bang on there. He's lined up.
Andrew's gonna last me. I reckon he might get a result against Chelsea.
He ain't lasting long. He's not lasting long. He's shit.
Yeah, nah. We'll see. We'll see. I think that Chelsea Forest game will be tougher than you expect. His job's on the line, man. He's got to do something.
Okay.
Um. Anyways, okay. So yeah, 10 and 11 cap we've covered. We've covered Salah. Best weeks to take on Haaland, I think, would be for me probably 10 and 12. Where you have obviously Arsenal in 10 and in 12 you have Salah. So those are the ones I'd look at. I also say keep an eye on Semenyo cap in 9 because if it's still Ange Forest, and I believe they also have a European fixture. Forest, they do. They're at home to Porto. So that's gonna be a big game for them since they lost the
That is
first
my
one.
that is my current game week 9 captain, Semenyo.
By
Good
the way,
shout
I
as well.
heard something on the wire. I'm not a data guy, so Benjy, correct me on that. I don't know if Felder, you're a data guy yourself either. Thingy, I think I heard Zoff or someone like that said Semenyo is overperforming his expected goals or whatever from open play. Extremely, like,
Yeah,
it's crazy overperformance.
yeah. That's true.
So for
He's
you
going
data
crazy.
guys, is this something that you expect to continue to go, or think at some point he's gonna even out his expected numbers?
Yeah, I think he'll have a drop at some point during the season, but
Mm.
then again, where his numbers are already, like, I still expect him to probably hit 25 GA this season, which is really solid considering he's only on 9 now. Or is he on 9? He's on 6. I can't remember. Let me see.
For some reason, I just can't consider him in a captaincy. I don't know why.
9, yeah.
Maybe it's a stigma of an asset playing for a mid-table team or something like that. Maybe that's why. But of course, they play for phenomenal type.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, I'm not like massive on XG and things like this. I think over a season it does paint a good picture by the end. I think at the moment it's hard to know. But one thing I did see is he's been involved in 83% of Bournemouth's goals, which that stat alone, I just think it can't carry on forever. Like Bournemouth can't keep relying on Semenyo to score in pretty much every game. So I think at some point there's going to have to be some
but Helder, this
coming
is my
back
issue
to
with the analytics
baseline.
community and the whole the data guys, right? They will say someone like Semenyo, they'll recommend him, someone like that, but then they'll make an argument, say, oh, say for example, or Elanga last season is not a good pick because his XG or whatever from open play is not good, but Elanga is passing the eye test with flying colors, similar to Semenyo, right? So
Mhm.
I just think
That's
there's a
my
lack of
issue as well. Like
consistency. Yeah, that's a
I
lack of
agree with you.
consistency in that community.
I
Yeah.
think that's
So
why I asked the Jean Pierre Jokeres conversation because I see the
yeah,
same. Like
exactly, yeah,
tell Jokeres he's awful, but Jean Pierre's fixtures are too good. It's like it doesn't
yeah,
make complete sense all the time. I think you have the combination of both, right? Like everything. You have to take some of that
yeah.
data and then watch some games and see does it make sense?
The
Because if a
reason.
player misses, yeah.
No, finish. My bad.
No, I was just going to say, like, you see players like Semenyo scoring goals from outside the box from 25, 30 yards. It's like, well, that XG
Yeah,
map's been really small, but it's like if he's good enough to score that, great. Or if you get a player like Calvert-Lewin missing an open goal, his XG says
yeah,
he should have scored 3 goals, and it's like, yeah, but he's a bad finisher. So surely you're
yeah.
watching that game going, I don't want that
How
player in my
does
team.
how does model take into the account a individual quality of a player? Like for example, a Calvert-Lewin who gets a lot of XG, XGI, whatever, right, from open play. He's really high. He gets 3, 4 big chances a game. Whereas someone like Semenyo would probably get 1 or 2 chances, and they're not even big chance. They're like, say, I
No,
don't know,
but
like I don't know the
Semenyo's
numbers.
behind Haaland with big chances received. Like he's getting huge chances this year. And the reason that I think Forest is a good fixture is because Ayn is injured. Zinchenko pulled his groin, and I don't think he played for Ukraine on international duty. So and Forest squad is depleted. Like their DM is shocking. They have a midweek game as well. There's just so many factors
That's not
aside from
fake
all the
then.
underlying stats that make him a decent option in 9. That's all I'm
But is
saying.
that's fake then? The one where he's an XG
No, he is
overperformer. Is that's fake?
overperforming his XG. He is. But
Okay.
across 38 weeks, I'm sure it will become closer than it is now, the difference. But you always got to back the hot hand, bro.
I
Right?
can't get my head around it, bro. Honestly, bro.
Now, he's one of the most
He's
informed players
guaranteed.
in the league.
He's guaranteed at least 20 minutes, at minimum 20 minutes of pen share as well, like
Yeah.
minimum. Because Clivert is either gonna not start and get 30, or he's gonna start and get subbed off in the 70th. You're
Yeah.
gonna get 20
Yeah.
minutes of Semenyo on pens, and he takes direct free kick. The guy can get defcon. The guy can dribble from about the edge of the box on the corner flag like Hazard and put it through the keeper's legs. How many more signs do people need that Semenyo has about 50 routes to points?
I
mean-
agree with you. And to be honest, I really like Semenyo as a player, and I think I saw clips of him working over summer, like on his finishing, and maybe that's what's helped him. Because what baffled me was last season, no one really spoke about Semenyo, and then this season, it's like he's the Salah of this season. And that's just sometimes I can't get my head around that because at some point we have to accept he will blank a few weeks in a row. And then
Well, I did talk about Semenyo. We did on Spaces. I owned him from game week 1 to 12, and he gave me only 1 return. And from then, I had a gun out for him. I was gunning him the whole
Yeah.
season. I hated him
This
because
is the thing.
yeah.
whenever
he did
I
the
owned
same
him, he
with
didn't give me a
Pedro,
return.
and now he owns both of them.
Yeah,
For
there we
like
go.
16, 18 points.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, like Semenyo hit the crossbar the most times last year. He was actually quite unlucky, and he's improved his finishing this year a lot. Right? We know he's a good player. He finishes on both feet.
Definitely.
Like, what if you're both footed, you're physical, you can beat a man, and he's taking set pieces and scoring. Like he's got the full package right now. He's in great form. So it's something I'd consider. We're gonna move on to wildcard 8 quickly. None of us are on wildcard 8, but I made a few teams. Number 1, so the team on the right is what FPL Review, one of their drafts that they're spitting out, and they actually recommend sticking with Bruno Fernandes through this fixture patch. They would go with Bruno, Saka, Enzo, Semenyo, and Benjy midfield, which is basically all pen chair mids, and then Calvert-Lewin, Mateta, and Erling Haaland. My team isn't the team that on the left, which is one I've built, is what I would personally go for if you can afford that. I think it's a bit more balanced, but yeah. What do you guys think about wildcard 8? Is there anybody you would say definitely has to be in?
Double West Ham attack is insane. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I forgot
What
to-
is this shit? Hold
I
on.
forgot
Grass
to take
FC
out
wildcard 8.
Paqueta. I forgot to take out.
Hey,
This is
Grass
not Grass
FC,
FC.
bro.
This is not Grass FC, bro. This is fucking.
Kayman,
Go on.
Kayman, remove the G and the R. That's ass FC. Benjy,
That's
you are
ass FC, bro. That's soccer
my
FC,
God.
bro. That's Canada tax, bro. That's come on, bro.
All right.
This is soccer, bro. It's not football, bro. Change FC as well. This is ass soccer, bro. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Okay.
Change the F
I'll
to
hold
S,
my
bro.
hands
This
up.
is-
I'll
So
hold my
what
hands
is
up,
this shit,
but
bro?
in all honesty, Paqueta should have been Minte. I just forgot to make that switch. That's all.
Yeah, even
I still
worse. You're
think
not
I'll-
upping your
I-
case either, bro.
I still probably want John Bitter in here, maybe instead of one of Walter Martin, maybe.
I'm joking.
Mm.
Benji, don't get my boys
No,
getting
no,
upset.
it's
I'm
fine,
sorry,
it's
Benji.
fine, it's
My
fine.
boys getting upset. I love Benji. Hold on. Guys, me and Benji have a different kind of relationship, man. We roast each other. You know, he's been calling me a Salah helm for a while. He's flopping Salah every week. He's about to go 3 for 3, I think. I think he's got Salah flop again. I'm getting crucified with Salah. But anyways, I think the wild card that you have on the left here, the Grass FC one, I think if you made a mistake, it is what it is. I think if you have Minte instead, I still don't like Minte. I think my question is this to everyone, right? Why would you have guys like Paqueta or Minte, these enablers, because I think they're 62 million to under. Why would you have these enablers when you don't own Salah? How much budget do you have?
But
I'm
bro,
sure I could.
what
Insane squad
expensive
without Salah.
guys are justifying their price right now, and have the fixtures like
Okay, how much squad value does this squad have? The Grass FC one. How much squad value is that?
102, and I have 0.5 in the bank with this team.
Okay, no wonder why 0.5 in the bag. Okay. So in that draft, instead of Paqueta, why don't you go for maybe? I'm just trying to think who you could go for instead. Semenyo. No, it's actually strong. It's actually strong because your 8 attacker is Minte, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought your 8 attacker. Okay, none of them, because you got Semenyo on the bench. That's why it's confusing me. You got Semenyo on the bench. Yeah, this is strong team, bro. You're
Yeah.
benching Semenyo. What the hell?
Well, hell,
Yeah.
we'll
Nah.
see. Well, I don't want to comment. I don't want to
What
comment.
the
Just
hell?
say
What
that.
the? You're benching Semenyo. Wow.
No, that's
Yeah.
But I just don't. I think Palace are a good defense. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
But-
the only thing I would say, I do think the double West Ham would be attack. I think I trust under Nuno they're going to get better defensively. So like a Mavropanos or a Diouf might be all right. But I'm not sure I would double up on their attack because I can see West Ham going 1-0 and parking the bus against any team.
Ass FC wildcard 8. Oh, man,
No.
these
But this
guys.
team is actually strong. I
It's a
take
good
it back.
team.
If
It's
you
a
take
good team.
Paqueta out, it's a strong team.
No, I just made a mistake.
I don't know. Yeah, that's
I made a
actually
mistake.
insane.
It's
Yeah.
supposed to be Minte. That's my draft.
Get rid
Yeah,
of-
no, it's actually an insane team. Yeah.
Get rid of Bowen and put JP in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly
Well,
do like the cheap keeper rotation because like the only way you're gonna
Yeah.
get the value out of Dubravka is if you're playing him in the good fixtures. If you're not doing that,
Yeah.
then you're not getting the value, right? So like that's why
Uh,
I wouldn't go
yeah.
Verbruggen because the analytics team wants to go Verbruggen because he rotates better. I would just firm it with the bad Petrovic week and go Petrovic because I think Bournemouth are gonna keep way more cleans than Brighton this season, personally.
Yeah. No, I was so baffled. I was so confused. I was thinking, why does this draft have Paqueta as like the say seventh attacker? But I'm seeing Semenyo on the bench, so I take everything I said back. It's a strong draft. The only slight adjustment, as you said, is Minter instead of Paqueta, which is insane. To have Minter as your eighth attacker is crazy.
I've got two questions
Yeah,
to ask the panel,
yeah,
right? And everyone
yeah.
watching. Do you think that we are underestimating Newcastle defense? Because I don't see their defense in many wildcard 8 teams, given how strong the date has been and how good the fixtures are for a prolonged period. And then also Chelsea defense for this little period, right? Would you go for a Cucurella
I think so.
or a
Yeah,
Sanchez?
yeah. I'll be completely honest. I've completely ignored Newcastle every time on my wild card. I barely looked at them defensively. When I'm looking at my chances for this week, I've barely looked at them, and I don't know what it is because they've been very good defensively, but I just can't seem to get behind it, or see, they don't seem to come to front of mind when I'm making my transfers. They just seem to be somewhere in the
Okay.
back, and I'm not really thinking about it.
What's the
Who's the
option?
pick?
Who's the pick? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the question. Who's the pick?
Dan Burn at left back because Lewis Hall's out for I think a while now, and obviously Livermento's out. So the Trippier stocks go up. If they go up, how long for? I'm not sure because if Lewis Hall's out for a long period, then you'd like to think Livermento probably plays left back and Trippier right back, but Burn can play left back. Shaw's fit now. So is it Shaw versus that? I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Tiao, the German centre back?
Tiao.
Tiao, I think
Tiao.
Tiao. Yeah.
He's 4.9. They're calling him a Rolls Royce. Newcastle fans, they're absolutely loving him. He can get DEFCON as well. Is he
How much
someone
is
we
he?
can rely on? 4.9 million. I just
Yeah,
don't know if
that's not
he's.
a bad price. Yeah.
I just don't know if he's going to be number one with Sharback. But from what I see and what I read and his performances, he's been phenomenal since he stepped in. And then obviously Dan Burn, we know, is barely nailed. But then Botman's back.
Yeah,
I
I was
have
gonna
no idea
say,
how they're going to line up.
I think Botman is still their best defender personally,
I
so
just
I don't think Botman can get dropped.
I just don't
But then
like the
Burn's been very good.
fact that both fullbacks are injured, like pretty decently long term. That's my only thing. Like you have Livermento out for 6 to 8, and you have Lewis Hall just pick up a grade 2 hamstring. Like he's got there's no
Yeah.
backup. So I honestly think Newcastle defense is a little bit of a trap. I'd be more interested in a Cucurella, who's actually fourth for XGI per start out of all these defenders. I
Trap is
think
a
he's
strong
great
word, though,
pick,
Benjy.
man.
Trap is a strong word, though, Benjy.
But Kayman, who are they gonna play? Dan Burn, the last time he played at left back, he got rinsed week in, week out. And that's just the cold hard facts, bro. 2 seasons ago when Eddie Howe was playing him as a left back, he was getting rinsed.
Bro, Fulham. Who? You think Fulham is gonna score versus Newcastle at St James Park? You think Fulham is gonna score?
Well,
Are you fucking
not
kidding
if
me, bro? They have no
Muniz or
strikers, bro.
Raul are injured, no.
Bro, that team is ass, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry about the foul language. Apologies. But that team is not scoring versus Newcastle, bro. That's a clean sheet right there, locked in. What's the other fixtures? Let's go back to the fixture chart. What's the other one?
So
They
Brighton
play
away,
Brighton. Okay, Brighton's gonna score versus everyone. That's just it is what it is.
West Ham away.
West Ham. They got full crook up top. I'm sorry, bro. Like the only person that's scoring is Bowen.
Wait, he's injured,
So that's
bro.
done.
He's
That's
injured.
another clean
He's
sheet.
injured. It's Wilson.
Okay, full crook. That's that's
Advantage
a
West Ham.
advantage West Ham, honestly. So West Ham potential clean sheet is a very good clean sheet odds. It's Nuno Ball as well, by the way, defensive minded manager, right? He loves 0-0, right? And then Brentford. Okay, Brentford is one of those teams is away or is at home
It's
for
away.
Newcastle. It's away, yeah, that's techie, yeah. So in the next 4, you get potentially 2 clean sheets, bro, at a decent odds. I don't think it's a trap. That's a strong word to use.
You'd be lucky to get
Why a lot of
2.
people go for Pope. That's why a lot of people are going for Pope. I think when you address those talking points that we just did, you go through the assets. I think people come back to Pope for the security, maybe. But even Pope's quite injury prone.
Yeah.
Who would you go for Impulse out of Newcastle defense?
If I was to pick one, I think Pope makes the most sense because he's also, I don't know if he's gone to 5.1 now, but he's not that much. He's part of the same as any of the other, as Burn, as Botman, as Tiao, and you know he's going to probably play every week. And I don't think the other defenders are going to get you DEFCONs that much. or at
Yeah.
least it doesn't seem like they're that guaranteed. So I feel
Yeah.
like the ceiling's similar for the defenders. So Pope's safe. You know he's going to play every game. And if they do keep, because the thing with Newcastle is some of the harder fixtures is sometimes when they do keep those clean sheets as well, because they are quite good at defending results. You know, maybe Man City or something, you'll throw up a shock 0-0 or 1-0 win or something. So Pope, you just play him and you're not thinking about whether to rotate him or not.
I'll be honest, the reason why people are not going for it because these are not sexy picks. I'm sorry, that's the main reason why people are not going because they're not sexy picks. And the people are looking at guys like Burn, Shah's not available. You got Tao or whoever, right? Like they're looking at them, they're not thinking high ceiling. And Trippier, I'm sorry, how old is he now? 36. He's an old man right now. So those are the issue. That's why people are resorting back to Pope. I'll be honest. So. And Pope, you know, there is a history of him also, you know, fumbling here and there. So that I think the reason why people are not going there, I think as a team, obviously they collectively they've surprised even me. I didn't expect them to keep that many clean sheets. Is the fact that I think their midfield is what keeps them together and strong. I think their midfield is like elite, and that's what's helping them a lot defensively.
Correa.
So
Cucurella is a
sorry?
sexy pick. Cucurella is such a sexy
Yeah,
pick.
yeah,
to
that's
be
a
fair.
sexy pick.
But
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
a
he's a sexy pick.
luxury.
Yeah.
He is anyone who's got Cucurella, I'm just like, wow, like how?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hope he's got
Kukurea
him
is.
in your team.
I'll rather choose Kukurea over your Burn and Trippier and whoever else you mentioned, Tao, whoever else. Yeah.
I saw Vexy in the
Cucu got
chat
rested.
said Chalobah. I forgot to add him, but would you consider him stock or is it just Cucurella? Yo, can you hear me?
Stock.
Yeah, they're stuck.
I think you're on mute. Stock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Try to talk. No, I can't hear him.
Lost him.
Oh, yeah, we lost him. And
He'll
I
fix
think
it.
I know.
Yeah.
I remember what Stock said about Chalobah, and I'll just quickly, unless is he back? Can check if he's back. Try to speak.
No, I still can't hear him.
He's not back. But anyways, I know what he said about Chalobah. He said that I spoke to him about Chalobah because one of my friends was also considering him. He said that he doesn't necessarily think. Obviously, there's injuries right now, but once those players are back from injuries, I know he doesn't think he's necessarily first. And there's a rush with Chalobah. He doesn't think he will start every single game, especially how many games they have coming up. So he would rather go maybe a Cucurella, I think, or Sanchez. I'm not sure if it would go Sanchez actually.
I'd be interested to know what he thinks about Cucurella's minutes, because I thought that Hato would have played more minutes at left back and would help rotate more, but his minutes have been pretty secure for Cucurella. So
I don't know about that.
I think Maresca tried to rotate him against Brentford, but then with the current injury situation, I don't think he can pull as big, as important of a player as Cucurella out of that back line anymore. I mean, they're dropping points like flies, man. Genuinely, I wouldn't be surprised to see Chelsea drop some points in at least one of these easy fixtures, to be honest. But let's see. Maybe I'm pessimistic on Chelsea. I really like Cucurella though as a pick. Because like he's showed last season, like against these promoted teams, like 2-0, he can get a goal, he can hit the clean sheets, he can hit a 15-pointer, and he's already got 2 assists this season as well. So his data's great. His baseline bonus is really high as well. So if they do keep it clean, he's likely to be in the bonus, which I like. So yeah.
Yeah. What about Munoz? Just while we are talking about defenders, because he's like Cucurella as well, isn't he? But I don't see a lot of people actually bringing him in. But I feel like every time I watch Palace, Munoz is the right winger. I don't know if maybe that's because Sarr was out, but he's in the box all the time. Like him and Cucurella are just attackers.
Yeah.
They're not even defenders at this point.
No, I think he's done very well. It's just, I think I just struggle to buy him, to be honest. I think because Palace are such a good DEFCON team, like literally they are the best DEFCON team so far. It's like, I mean, you could double up. Their defense is great. So you could honestly double up if you wanted to go like Munoz and Richards or something. But personally for me, I think Richards is just insane value. But if you want Munoz, you want to have a nice, enjoyable weekend watching an attacking fullback, I think he's the one to go for. His license is crazy.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I think that's all we have on Wildcard 8. We're gonna move into my favorite section, obviously, which is captaincy.
Alright, 1 second. Yeah.
Oh, it's sitting up now, Kayman. Sitting up now.
Sorry, bro. No, I'm here, bro. I'm here. I'm just chilling, bro. Sitting up.
All right.
Captaincy, yes.
3 guys. 3 guys this week. Saka away to Fulham. Salah against Manchester United at Anfield, Sunday 4:30. Kickoff, Erling Haaland at 3 p.m. at home, Everton. Both Haaland and Salah fully rested, and both of them actually only have 3 nights spacing heading into their Champions League game next week. So Haaland Saturday, Tuesday, Salah's Sunday, Wednesday. So basically it's as tight for both as you get, right? Even for Saka, it's also a 3-night turnaround. So there's not really much difference there in terms of historical records. Salah does have a 21-pointer, 19-pointer in there, but it's still 4 blanks at home to United from 8, which isn't that great considering Erling Haaland has scored in 2 out of 3, and last season, that 0-pointer, he missed a penalty against Pickford. So if he had bagged that, he would have been 3 from 3 against Everton at home. So, and matchups wise, it's great for Salah. As a United fan, I can tell you right now, every single team has been targeting our right flank because we have an attacking fullback in Dorgu or it's Delo out of position. Burnley did it. I'm sure Chelsea would have looked to do it if they had 11 men. So the matchup's going to be good for Salah. Yeah, everybody's on Haaland at the moment. You can see the EO dictated. But I wanted to grab a few extra stats for anybody who is considering Salah cap. And the one thing I want to look at is, so the top category is basically the team attacks. And then the bottom one, the middle one, is basically the fixtures and how their opponents rank. So goals conceded. And I want you to look at fast breaks, right? So United have conceded 4 fast breaks so far this season. And Liverpool actually have had the most. And Salah loves those fast breaks, whether it's off a corner or anything. But yeah, I think Haaland and Salah definitely look like the top 2. Although Fulham is also a good fixture as well. Kayman, what you saying, bro? You're thinking about Salah?
Yeah, so you said something about fast break. I'm looking at Liverpool. So you said United love considering like on fast break, isn't it?
Don't love, but not many teams have conceded that many fast breaks this season. Arsenal's actually conceded the most, which is interesting, and I think it shows how their style of play is actually changing. But we have conceded 4 fast breaks, and I think we've conceded 3 goals from 4 fast breaks. So it just shows you, like, if they do get a fast break,
we're ranked 7th, basically. We're ranked 7th, right?
Yeah, but most of the teams are congested. Like, think about Fulham have conceded 6 fast breaks and are 16th. So, like, there's not much gap between. The main thing is that Liverpool are creating the most fast break transitions, and that's what Salah thrives.
Do you know why our fast breaks do you know why fast breaks are likely to even more often than not with us as well? Is because we're playing Bruno Fernandes and DM, who loves giving up the ball when he's trying to be when he holds the ball for too long and he loses it. I think that's where the fast break normally comes from, and that's not an agenda, that's just an eye test, honestly. So do I see a mistake from Bruno Fernandes? Absolutely. It's a matter of how bad of a stinker he is. If he doesn't have a really bad of a stinker, then I think we don't consider too many fast breaks. I think Casemiro is quite disciplined. And yeah, I think we're gonna go there most likely park the bus. If you go out there to just completely play like, I don't know, possession ball and try to go off Liverpool, it's gonna be a long day. That fast break number is gonna go up to first place, mate. We're gonna consider like 10 fast breaks in one game. So I hope he parks the bus.
I don't think Ruben knows how to do that. I'm sorry, Benjy Kayman, but I think United are going to get battered, to be honest, the way that they are playing. The way that United are going attacking, the way that I don't think Ruben's going to look at that. He should look at that game and go, right, let's be really pragmatic. Maybe this is a game where we throw a couple more bodies in midfield and try and be solid. But he won't do that. Maybe he plays Bruno a bit further forward and plays 2 more defensive-minded centre mids in there. I don't think he'll even do that. Kayman, I think Bruno will play alongside.
Keep in mind that Helder is a Sporting Lisbon fan. When I spoke to him pre-season, he told me, Amorim's a good coach, man. Give him time. Give him time.
He will, and I still stick by it.
It's not looking good. It's not looking good for you. And right now, someone told me to chill, and I can't chill right now. I'm talking about United. And if you want to chill, you got to go watch meditation or some shit like that, bro. This is FPL, bro. This is where shit goes down. Bro,
honestly, trust me.
Guys like Stark, guys like yourself, right? Other rival fans gaslighted me into thinking Ruben Amorim is the next freaking Mourinho, bro. That's what they've done to me. I'm over there backing this man, thinking, yeah, everyone that I respect or I listen from, they're telling me this guy's a good coach. Apparently, he's on the watch list for Liverpool. He's on the watch list for City, X, Y, and Z, right? I'm saying, yes, maybe we signed someone that's solid, right? This man comes in and becomes the worst manager in Manchester United history. It is
Okay.
abysmal what he's done. And listen, I want to captain Salah, but his form is not helping me. I genuinely want to captain him. Like,
I
he's a
genuinely
fraud,
think
man.
I
Yeah.
mean I wouldn't go against Haaland because of everything he just did international break and everything. But I do genuinely think Ruben will not know or want to adapt just because it's Liverpool, and I mean that like in the most stubborn of ways. I think he will look at it and go, I'm not changing it, no matter who we're playing against, even if that's to make a bit of a point. And I'll just say this: I won't go too much into the Ruben thing, but before Ruben, it was Ronaldo, it was Ten Hag, it was the 4-2-3-1, it was whoever, it was Rashford's fault, and then before that, it was someone else's fault, someone else's. So I just think whether it's Ruben or it's someone else in there right now, I think it'd be silly of United to change again.
Yeah.
Because you just restart the process. You'll get another promising manager who will sign a bunch of promising, exciting players, and in 6 months' time, United will be in the same position. So I think they've got to go, right, things are really bad, but we need to let the players know that he's staying.
But I have to
And
disagree
you either
with you,
buy into it or you
Helder.
go.
I think Amorim was very pragmatic at Anfield last season in a 2-2 draw, in which was probably, in my opinion, Amorim's best ever game as Manchester United coach. He played very pragmatic, and I think we actually have players. Cunha scored at Anfield last season. Mbeumo's a killer. We have Seshko. Liverpool are not defending well. If we get an early goal and we sit in Amorim's back five, which I've seen us do in big games. Now, I will agree with you. Against Man City, he didn't do that. Also because City got the first goal and we came out. If Liverpool get the first goal and we come out and we start to create those fast break situations for the likes of Salah and Isak and these guys who are running behind, then there's going to be problems. But if we get the first goal, I think that Liverpool are in trouble. To be honest, I think we could get a draw at Anfield, definitely.
Look, I hope it is a good game. It's always one of the best games of the season. So I hope it is a good game. But I worry, like, if I look at that midfield, if it is Bruno and if it's Casemiro and they've got players like Gravenberch, Szoboszlai and McAllister running around them, I don't think they're going to be able to keep up. And then, like you say, these fast breaks. Man United have got quite a slow defence for the most part. Players like Isak, Ekitike, if he plays, which I think he should anyways, Salah, players like this could have a field day. But I hope it's a closer game. I've just got a bit of a feeling that it's going to be a bit of a battering.
Stock, come through. Is your mic? Did you fix your mic? No, I still can't hear you.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I think maybe change the audio settings on Discord to your laptop. The input and output should come out from your laptop. So if you go on the mic where you mute and unmute, if you just click on the arrow, if you go to the input and output devices, just select your laptop or like default. Select default or something like that, and it will be
Yeah,
your
if you go
laptop.
to settings and then change your input and output device, maybe switch it and hopefully it comes back on. Before we move on, just wanted to say in terms of the actual individual players' underlying stats, Salah's 41st out of all outfielders for shots inside the box, 42nd for shots on target. He's 30th, around 30th for big chances total. He's still decently creative, but most of the numbers aren't very good. And the one thing I wanted to highlight is set piece shots, which is basically shot attempts from set plays. Haaland's actually 12th. So, and that's actually way higher than what he has had in previous seasons. So I think City are actually trying to funnel a lot more of the ball to him, even from dead ball situations, which I think is a huge green flag for Haaland. And I think I think Everton's a great matchup, to be honest. Like, yes, they've only conceded 7 goals, but I think honestly they've been very unlucky. If you look at their XGC, they're actually 15th, 9.9 XGC and 7 goals, which hasn't been very good. So
I'm surprised, but I do think Everton have gone a bit more attacking this season, haven't they?
yeah.
I do think they've gone for it a bit more, so maybe that's part of it. I don't think I could go against Haaland this week. Like, as boring as that is, The guy's just been scoring. Was it just 8 goals he scored in 2 games or something silly? International break.
Yeah,
It's stupid.
it's ridiculous.
I
You
speak
guys hear
stock.
me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
can
Yeah,
hear
perfect.
Cool.
Yes, perfect. We're back.
My
Go on,
goodness,
stock.
bro.
Tell us about the captaincy before you start. Go stock. Would you captain Salah this week, man? No, go back to captaincy if you don't mind, please.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
thank you.
captain Salah this week.
This fucking guy is lying to me. I can see in his face. He's fucking lying to me, bro. Stop lying, bro. I'm sorry. Now I'm cussing.
I'm not lying. Genuinely, I'm not lying. I would captain Salah this
No,
week.
you
The
wouldn't.
guy can't keep a straight face, bro. He can't even keep a straight face,
Ah.
bro. Look at this guy.
I would no, because
Oh.
it just sounds funny. But no, from an EO perspective, I'd play it like this. I would captain Haaland, and whatever Salah does, realistically, you'll gain from it anyways, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I feel like I'm being. I don't want to use that word, but I feel like I was to captain him. Let's be honest. Like when we were going through the captaincy matrix, right, early in the season and whatnot, what the plan was, right? Salah entry point is 8. Even Benjy said you had planned to go to Salah in 8. Same with Helder as well. And the reason why is to captain him versus is one of his best and favourite fixture in Manchester United, right? Where he struggled to perform so well. And nothing has changed with United. I'm sorry, we're still that bad defensively. And
We are.
just because we beat Sunderland doesn't mean anything, right? I still think we're a team to target from an attacking standpoint. So
We are.
is it because we're not captaining Salah because of the fact that the EO or as well as the fact that he's not on form? Because the fixture is amazing. The fixture is actually good on paper. It is good. The manager's still the team is still
But
shit.
is it really amazing?
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's a Salah problem. I think it's a Liverpool problem. I think the system is not like historically his record's great because the team was funneled to him. All the chances, Firmino false 9, Darwin Núñez or Jota with Trent over like as a right back, everything was still geared towards Salah. But I just personally think Salah is a better asset when he's playing with a false 9 as opposed to a striker like Isak or Ekitike, even with like a lot of superstars in the team. And I just think if you was to go there, it's a risk because we don't know how the system will perform because the system is not working right now with all the superstars. Slot has to work on something, and how quickly that will take, who knows? I'd rather just see it change.
Yeah.
And then captain Salah as opposed to take the blind risk and go against Haaland.
Yeah.
Because if Braithwaite's not back, I still think it's a great fixture. They're not
You're right. You're
amazing.
right. It's basically the same advice I gave Helder Impulse regarding him buying Salah. I should use the same thing for myself, right? It's one of those things where not practice you preach, but like take your own advice essentially, right? So I think the wise thing to do is to captain Haaland because I think as Benji said earlier, he's the highest own play in the game now. We expect his EO to be again 200 something percent. I think anyone that has Salah most people that have Salah right now are say less engaged managers who are, you know what I mean, not as engaged, and maybe like very small percentage of elite managers who still are keeping faith. I think it's a blind faith at this moment in time, just relying on fixtures to be honest, rather than form or a tactical change from Liverpool that we've yet to see that works.
The fixture is very good though. I think Salah is definitely the best fixture this week, but then again, there's other factors that come into it like form, team strength, underlying stats. There's a few.
It doesn't look good,
But yeah, I mean, let's see.
It doesn't look good, yeah.
Let's see. We're gonna move to PFC, and obviously Kayman and our guests are in the lead, 16-16. 16-all. I'm 2 points behind Kayman. He's hitting those 3 out of 3s. I'm struggling to gain really on that gap. But hopefully in the next few weeks I can gain with captaincy coming a little bit more uncertain. He's flopped Van de Ven this week, which I understand. It's a little bit risky, but Bowen Punt's great. Yeah, looks good. Impulse. Semenya flop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think Palace are obviously a very good defence. I think a lot of people are expecting Semenya to just continue scoring every week, and like I sort of said earlier, I think at some point he's gonna not return, and I think this is probably one of the toughest games because they're away as well on the at Palace, and I think Palace at home are just gonna make it a really difficult game. They've not given many chances to many teams that they've played against. They play 3 at the back, got good wing backs. I don't think Semenya's going to get loads of chances. I I think I'm still going to play him because I'm too scared of his ownership, and that's me being honest. I'm probably far too scared to bench him, but I do think he's gonna. Yeah, I think he's gonna blank.
I
this
think
week.
it's a good, definitely a good flop.
Yeah, I don't like that flop at all, mate. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, you liked
Fair
Grealish
play.
flop last week, and he scored because somebody kicked the ball into his shin for his
Bro,
start.
I flopped Grealish back-to-back week. When I flopped him, he actually he blanked. When Stark did it, I don't know what he done. He probably might have reverse jinxed him or something like that. Maybe I should have kept on flopping him.
But
I can't believe
did
people
you
are
see that
freaking
Grealish goal?
Grealish is this high
The
on.
Palace guy kicked the ball into his shin, and then it went
It's
in.
literally.
It's like a tackle. He
Oh,
got a
yeah.
DEFCON as well as he scored.
bro, I'm sorry, Stark has been getting shagged this whole season. I don't know how to say. Like
He
he can't
he
win.
has Cunha captaincy injury, Palmer captaincy
Oh
injury on
my God.
VFC.
It's brutal for him because I've had Grealish back-to-back flop and he actually flopped. And the minute Stark picks him, he gets a goal from his shin. I'm so sorry, Stark, bro. He's actually getting he's getting murdered. And then he's got Rhys James. Nah, Stark, you're asking for trouble now, bro. You're asking for trouble.
He's
Watch
gonna
Rhys
get
James gets benched. He's gonna get
He's
benched.
definitely playing, yeah.
It's gonna get benched. Yo, nah. And Bruno's gonna get DEFCON.
Look
Oh
at him,
no,
he's so
man.
sad, bro. Don't pick on him, man.
No, I'm sorry, Stark, bro. I'm sorry.
His own game. I'm insane.
Who's sad? Who's sad? Not me.
You suck. Why'd you
I'm
flop
not sad,
Bruno?
bro.
You know Bruno's gonna hit DEFCON, right?
Yeah, that's fine. You can hit it. But you can also you can also miss a penalty and get -1. So let's see.
Oh my God.
Well,
But yeah, there's not
he
much to
definitely
say
gets
for me.
booked that
Bowen,
game.
yeah, I love Bowen this week, man. I love Bowen as a punt. Van de Ven, I think hopefully maybe Villa will do me a solid and score. But yeah, again, it's a risky one, as Ben just said. They could also keep a clean sheet because Villa are not reliable. But
yeah, if
it is
Watkins
what it
is
is.
out, it could
Yeah.
be a clean. I can see a no-no.
Yeah, it could be a no, yeah.
Cool. We're gonna start with Impulse's team now. We have his Game Week 7 review on the left, Game Week 8 team, bus team on the right. Why don't you talk us through it?
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
well, for Game Week 7.
Yeah,
Are
whatever
you a
you
City
like.
fan? Are you a
mean,
City fan, Impulse?
Nah,
What is
just
going on here?
I thought they might grab some goals, to be honest. So when I wildcarded
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, I was debating whether having someone like a Gavardio or something like, or even Donnarumma, and doubling up on the Arsenal attack, and then having one Arsenal defender or something like this. Anyways, I ended up on quite a template team. I'm not going to pretend it's not. It's quite a boring team. Overall, my only real differentials that might help me out was Foden. And I think that's about it. Everyone else is pretty highly owned. People are moving towards them. And I'm at a point now where I'm looking at Game Week 8, and I think realistically, I could roll that team. Like, I feel like if I play that team, it's an okay team. You know, as long as Aldereti's fit, although I could play Senesi, you know, or I could play Bruno in for Stag, and I could just roll. But I think I'm so bored of looking at that team. I want to change it up for Game Week 8. So I've got like 6-7 different routes I could go down. Genuinely, like this week, I'm so stuck between what I want to do. Like what I'm thinking, because I've got free transfers in the bank, is I'll go GYOKERES to Bowen, going Bruno to Saka, and then going like someone like Juve or Mavropanos for Van de Ven. Bringing those 3 players in, there's a few more differentials in there, and just changing my team up and going for a few attacking picks. But I could go for Salah. I could sell. I thought about selling Ryan, going Sanchez, and then going like Bruno to Saka, go double Arsenal attack, and then I've got GYOKERES and Saka,
No.
and then I don't care who takes a penalty. But I've honestly gone so back and forth for my team.
No way.
No, but I just wish I'd not gone Raya though. I wish I'd gone Timber or Calafiori because
Yeah.
Raya just seems so.
But
like,
let's see.
he's
Maybe
gonna get me 6
Raya
points.
gets 3 saves. And maybe snatch a bonus. Timber gets benched in the next few. Like
Benjy Raya is not getting 3 saves versus Fulham, bro. Fulham, they have no attackers, bro. Not
I didn't
versus
say against Fulham.
Ma-
Could be against Palace.
But yeah, Palace, yes, but Fulham, they're not. I don't even know if Raya is gonna get 1 save. Bro, this team is. I don't know if it's template. Is that actually template? Like those 3 blue jerseys are really like screaming to me, not
It's sticking
template,
out.
but it's sticking out really, very, very, yeah.
No, but I feel like obviously everyone's got Haaland, and
Yeah.
a lot of the game is Reinders. So the only addition there is Foden because I thought he might go into a bit of form, and he's obviously not going on international break. So I think his next fixture is still quite good. At some point, I don't think I want him for a long period of time. But I thought in the next few he might might pop off a little bit, but he really hasn't. But I mean, I'm struggling to make a decision. So like, I would happily get whatever, because I'm thinking the other thing I could do is go Gyökeres like Voltamade and bring Stack up to Paqueta, and I think then I can still go Bruno to Saka, bench Reinders for example, and then leave my defense as it is.
Yeah.
Bro,
So,
we have
can't you
literally
do-
very similar like thoughts. Like I have Gyökeres
really?
and
Yeah.
Bruno. I'm also considering selling Gyökeres to Voltamada, but my move is like Benjy up to Saka as my second.
Right, yeah, that's a good move.
But the thing is, because I kind of want to keep Bruno, because I honestly believe he hits DEFCON if it's 4 points. And bro, I'm not impressed with Liverpool. I started in Jai against Liverpool and got 6 points. So I'm happy to start assets at Anfield considering how poorly they've been defending. I wouldn't be benching Bruno, no way.
Yeah, no Konate as well, by the way, Helder. So if Bruno gets a return, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I love Bruno. Again, there is that sporting bias, and he was our captain, and I absolutely love the guy. And I've had it since game week 1, and I've been saying, you know, I still stick to the fact that I think he's got the most routes to points. You know, with the DEFCONs and set pieces and penalties, and he does create a lot from open play. Although he does give the ball away a lot, he's also probably going to be the one to create chances. And even in that centre mid role, he still shows up in the box, in and around the box. So I know he's got that threat, but I just think, how else am I going to get to Saka, for example? Unless I could go Foden to Saka. But at some
give
point,
Foden this game. Give him one last
I
game.
think so.
Give him one last game. But I think
But
this
how do
week
I
you
get
just
Saka in?
you just bench Stack and play Bruno, and then I think you go one more week, you know, and then next week you just say, okay, now do I want Salah? Do I want Saka? Like you go all in, right? Like, you know what I'm trying to say.
And that is
Maybe
a
with this
possibility as well.
team, yeah, I think I would give it a 1 week, because I think what you want to know is, do you 100% want to back against Salah? If you believe that right now, that you want to back against Salah, then you get Saka in this week. I like Fulham fixture.
And I don't know that, and that is a good point.
Yeah.
I think if I was looking at this from giving someone else advice and looking at this team,
Yeah.
I would say exactly that. I would play Bruno, roll another week. But I went on a bit of a rant last week after reviewing my team, because I was like, my team just felt so boring. It felt like barely anyone who returned barely helped, and I was just counting DEFCONs and whatnot.
But
So I thought, let me
is a
try and...
DEFCON guy, right? Why is he yellow flagged, by the way?
Alderete.
Yeah, he came off.
Yeah.
He came off half an hour into the Paraguay game. Was it yesterday?
Okay.
I think, or the day before. So
Okay, worst case you can play Senesi. I would play Senesi
Yeah,
instead of.
that's
Yeah,
what I'll
he'll
do.
be
So I
fine.
think, bro, if he starts Senesi with Gabriel, Van de Ven, and Raya, that's most people's defense
Fine,
this
isn't
week.
it? But
Yeah,
that's
that's
my
most
point.
people's defense. Backline sorted. If you start Bruno, you got Semenyo, and you got Bruno. That's template. And then you got Reinders and Foden. Foden is your differential, but Reinders, most people are going to play him anyways. And then you already have the JP as a template cover, which is the Chelsea attack. And Arsenal attack is GYOKERES. I think you can easily roll this team this week. It's not.
It is template.
As I
Like,
said-
let's be honest, it is pretty template. Like it's quite.
Yeah, it is template.
If you
yeah,
wanted
it is
to be
It's
template.
not a very
aggressive,
exciting team.
If you wanted to be
Yeah.
aggressive, I don't know what kind of money situation you're playing around with, but if there's a situation where you could enter into, like, if we get the all good from Maresca on Enzo, you could enter into Enzo Saka this week and then go to like a cheaper striker, because I do agree with Stock. I think it's not really that great, the 3-4-3. So, and I know that could change quickly, but I still think there's okay strikers at the 6.0. Like if you needed to go Thiago, you can. He has West Ham, which is a decent entrance. Like, and he's the decent long-term pick as well. Like it's not short-term upside with Thiago, but I don't know. I would play around with something like that. I've looked at that myself, but I don't have 3 frees. I don't know what Stock thinks. If Stock, you want to come in and give your opinion?
Do you have a route to Palmer in game week 10? Because I think he's back for game week 10,
Is it
which is November.
interesting? Because when I was looking ahead, I was thinking I would try and roll again up to 3 to game week 12, and then in game week 12 would be when I would bring in the likes of Salah for Saka, because I think they play Tottenham. So I'd probably make the switch then, go to Salah, and then drop down. If I'd gone Gyökeres to Bowen, I'd drop Bowen to a really cheap forward, and that would be pretty much enough for me to go Saka to Salah, and that would be that key change I would make. But the thing is, if Palmer was playing and was fully fit, still would rather go for a Palmer and spread the funds than probably go for Salah,
Yeah.
even though Salah's fixtures are going to be amazing. So
Yeah, there's a lot of
I guess
choices.
rolling one more week does give me a bit more information. It gives me 4 transfers to play with. Like, it could change it a lot, but I don't know.
I'll tell you
know.
what my plan is, because we actually have very similar teams. Like, there's a few options
Okay.
I've gone down. Now, option number 1, I play very aggressive and I go for Bukayo Saka in this week where I think the fixture is good. Now, I can either sell Bruno to get there, or I can sell Njai to get there, or I can sell Reinders to get there. And I have 2 frees. Now, the other option is I sell Gyökeres this week, but I just roll the other free, so I have 2 next week. Then I can reassess, and I can actually enter into Saka when I actually need him for captaincy. I don't need to enter in now. But the problem is I do really like this fixture for Saka, and he's on like a 4-game return streak in all comps. Like, I see him hitting form. Like, he's clearly getting into a patch ready for returns. So as long as he stays fit, which I believe he should hopefully do in this time, I think he's going to do very well. It's just, do I go for him now, or do I play aggressive, or do I be a bit more passive? Because I think I know in my heart that I'm going to sell Gyökeres this week. It's just, what combination do I go for? Do I make the aggressive move now or not? Basically, that's where my head's at.
But the difference
Yeah,
is, Benjy, you're not convinced with Salah. That's the difference between basically you don't back Salah. Like, Helder is not sure yet.
No, that's not
So
true.
that's why
what I said was, I cannot go Salah because of game week 11. Haaland and Salah play each other in 11. I don't have a free hit. So
I mean,
I'm going to get destroyed that week. Like, both of them are not
yeah, but they
walking
both
out.
could return. They're attackers. They both could return. You don't own you both don't own any defenders from Liverpool or from City.
But
It does not matter.
in a week where Arsenal have Sunderland and Chelsea have Wolves, I highly doubt that Salah's going to be optimal captain. Like, he's a, for
That's
me,
what I'm saying. So look, I know you're out on Salah. I know that. That's
No,
why
not until 12,
for
yeah.
you should go this week. I think you should go this week, Benjy. I think for you should go this week.
Okay.
Because I know you're not getting Salah next week, so just get Saka a week early. Like, I think,
well, yeah, because I was going to say with the Salah thing. I mean, I could even go. I don't want to bring this conversation up too much, but Calvert-Lewin for Gyökeres, and then Salah for Bruno, and bring Sarr in for Foden. so I don't know. I mean, do I expect a lot from Calvert-Lewin? Probably not, but he's at least a playing forward, and that could then actually have Foden down to Sarr, Bruno up to Salah.
sorry, Helder, I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought, man. I'm sorry. Sorry, bro. I lost my train of thought.
Is he a playing forward? I don't get it. Like, is he?
Oh,
I mean, he shows up. He's on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? Like, so...
Okay. No, do you know what it is though? Have you used your bench boost?
yes.
Okay, you've used your bench boost. I would, if I was you, because I didn't use your bench boost, you've got the advantage here, in my opinion. Like, I would drop. I wouldn't. There's no need for DCL. I would go to a Krupi or one of those, whatever one you like.
Wii U.
And I'd have the money there. I'd have the money there ready to get a Salah or a Palmer and Saka when Palmer becomes available. That would be my opinion. That's what I'm planning to do. Anyways, I'm planning to get the bench boost out of the way and then drop GYOKERES to a dud. Like, I just think the optimal structure is definitely put your money in the midfield and have a solid 4th defender that you can bring in for your 5th midfielder. That's the way I see it, personally.
It does make sense, really. It's just then I'm down to the bare bones on the bench.
Yeah,
If you
but
don't mind me
you've used the
asking,
bench boost,
okay,
right?
though.
Like, Anderson and Senesi,
Yeah.
to get the value that they provide, they need to be
Actually
basically
play them.
playing, exactly. And I feel also, if that allows you to go, like, for instance, Stark to Enzo and Bruno to Saka with that money, that's huge. Like, that's a really high upside move. And you can, bro, permaplay 3-5-2. Honestly, I think it's fine to play Bruno this week. I expect him to hit DEFCON, 15 DEFCON at Anfield last year. That was under Amorim as well. So I think it's not. I think what Stock's saying makes actually quite a lot of sense, and that's something I'm gonna consider for myself, even though I haven't used bench boost yet. Yeah, cool. We'll go to Stock's team. Stock.
My team's shit. My bench is shit, and I want to use the bench boost. So it's like I'm I might as well be called Adam22, man. Like, I just feel like a cuck, bro. I'm just watching my team getting fucked every week, man. Like, look at this, red arrows, price drops. It's a shambles, bro. It's a shambles, man. But listen, I had a good week.
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry,
820k
sorry.
somehow. Like, the only way's up. I've got double Spurs defense. Like, where's the gun?
Ooh. Ooh.
One free
Oh, yeah.
transfer.
Yo,
99
Really enjoying the game,
someone
man.
stick. That defense sticks, bro.
99 problems.
Nah, that reeks, bro.
And transfers is one. Fucking hell, someone help.
At least you've got a bit of spice in your team. Like you have
A
some
bit,
risk.
a bit, too much spice, bro. Too much.
Where?
No, there's no.
What do you mean where? Gordon is spicy pick right now,
Yeah,
right? Double Spurs D is spicy.
exactly.
Dogu is spicy.
Dorgu's on the
KDH,
bench, bro.
Tosin,
You
they're all
can't be throwing
spicy.
Dorgu there, man.
No,
He's
but
on the bench.
no, come on, bro. He's on the team, bro. There's too much spice
He's
in that
dog
team,
shit,
bro.
bro. He's dog shit, bro. That's what he is, yeah. I don't want him. I'll never own Dorgu ever again. That guy gets benched in the easy games and concedes in every other game. Like, what a
You know
bum.
what's funny? Amram starts Delo for the long throws as well, and Delo goes side to side taking them. It's hilarious.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, Stuck. I'm not gonna lie. I had to tell you, by the way. I don't think Dogu's starting anytime soon, bro. Delo actually played well. He actually came on and played well.
I actually
Jeez,
like
man.
Delo. I do. But
You got to sign for the
Dorgu
Portuguese
needs to
fellas,
go,
don't you?
bro. Listen, I want to play my bench boost.
Okay.
I've got one free transfer. I'd like to bring Saka in. I've got the money to do Kudus to Saka. My in
what is that for one free?
Yeah.
How much you? Oh my god, you have like 3 mil in the bank.
Yeah, bro.
Holy crap!
I've been playing FPL on hard
Yeah.
mode, and I've been cooking a lot
Oh,
of
your
guys.
team
who
is
are
gonna be
7.
insane if you get Saka in, though. Then all of a sudden, your team goes from cock to an absolute freaking giant, bro. What?
Yeah.
That's elite, bro.
What do you think?
Yeah, I
Helder?
would do that. I would do that. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. If you can make it for
Yeah.
one transfer as well, yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. But
Oh,
Villa
that's
is a bit of a
nasty.
tough fixture as well for Kudus, to be honest. I think the only reason people are keeping is because he got 2 returns last week. And I'm keeping him
Ye-
because I had other fires to put out. But I think in the
Yeah,
near
he has looked
future,
good,
in
though.
1 or 2 weeks, I have to sell him. Go on, Helder, sorry. Go on.
No, so just saying he does look good though, hasn't he? Like, I don't even.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to sell him, but I feel like he's the
Yeah.
obvious option if you want to get Saka in. But he's looked good though. I do think a
He
lot
has,
of
yeah.
what Tottenham do, he does get involved, and he seems to
Yeah.
play every minute.
He looks good.
One thing
Always
I'll
he looks
say-
good. It's just that his output hasn't been great, hasn't it?
What do you
That's
mean?
the issue.
6
been
returns in
bad,
7
though.
isn't bad.
It's not bad.
In
He's also
previous seasons.
gets yellow card every other game, Benjy. I don't know how many he racked up now already.
Yeah, that's fair.
Bro, it suits my team then. Yellow flags. I need more flags.
Yellow flag.
Okay, so Stark's looking at Kudus to Saka. Let's go Kayman, bro. Talk us, Kayman. Talk to us.
Bro, this team, bro, I say it's not bad, but it is the bad at the same time because I do have a 14.5 million blanking machine, aka Mo Salah with 622, right? And then I had Virgil van Dijk. Well, I used past tense. I have done and removed him. I'm not gonna say exactly, but I think you guys will probably to figure out. But do tune into my team selection. But I did take out Virgil van Dijk, and I'm looking to bring in a particular defender that I was really impressed with. I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys because the team selection video will be out this week on Thursday. So look, what would you guys have done this week? Because obviously I already told you guys I made a move. Would you guys have done anything else other than remove Virgil van Dijk?
I would have kept him probably. Actually, no.
I know, but
I think I would have kept him.
I looked at the fixtures. Like I think United with our attack that we've got, I think
We'll
that
score,
we
yeah,
score
yeah.
versus. Yeah, I think we score, and then
It's
Brentford
just,
away at
I'm
the
afraid
GTEC.
it could be one of those like scrappy nils. Like honestly, I do. Amram has to go. If he goes there, I can't take another battering by Liverpool. I can't do it. I've taken so many in my lifetime already. I'm so sick of it. Like I've been waiting
The
for a
chat is
Manchester
so
United
funny.
coach to prove to me
Yeah.
that against Liverpool you can go and get a result. And Amram, I thought Amram was excellent. All of his. You got to understand. Last season, Maguire 94th minute, he hit a huge chance over the bar. We would have won 3-2 at Anfield. The only thing Salah had in that game was a pen.
Yeah.
That's it.
Benji,
So-
shut up, man.
It's the truth.
United are shit, bro.
No, but we
United
should
are
have won
shit.
that game last season. No, but no,
excuse me,
he's
Saul,
right though.
did
Last
you
season we
beat
should have won
us?
that
Did
game.
you
I know
beat
we're
us?
shit, but I know we're
Yeah,
shit. But other than we smoked you, bro, and we should have beaten Liverpool last season.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, and won a
Oh my
trophy.
god!
Congratulations.
Fucking hell,
You came
bro, fuck.
15th place, right?
Yeah.
You guys
Oh
are
my God.
ass. Amrim's ass. Your system is ass. The players to play that system is ass. Stop talking it up, please.
Amrim's
Okay, enough
system.
ass, bro. We heard it, bro. Enough
Alright,
ass.
we
Can I just
hear
go
it.
back to my FPL team now, bro? Oh my
Yes,
goodness,
talk
bro.
to
We're
us.
not talking about Man United anymore. Anyways, Virgil van Dijk is ass, as Stark said, not just United. So I did take him out. I think Chai is already guessing, and some of them are already onto it. What I probably have done. But yeah, I think another move I was considering is Anderson out for a Ismail Sarr. I don't know if you guys would do that for
Not
-4
this
or
week.
even
No
Rice.
way.
You guys do that for -4 this
No,
week?
no.
Yeah,
so.
I'd rather play Stev, isn't it? Right. So,
Yes, play a Steph, yeah. Bro, last
Yeah.
season,
Anderson.
Leeds didn't even score against Burnley. This is a huge game for Burnley as well.
The Stark is laughing at which Anderson are you laughing at? Like full of Forest Anderson, yeah.
I'm sorry. No, I'm laughing because you've been absolutely hoodwinked. You bought Anderson. Has he actually ever gotten you a return since he's been in your team?
Nah, bro. Only DEFCON actually. He got me DEFCON once or twice,
He's like, hold
and
it,
he got
counting,
stuck up yellow as
counting.
well. Yeah, just
There's
bro,
one.
it's just sad, bro.
There's two.
Yeah.
Oh, yellow
It's
card.
just
Half
so
the points
sad,
gone.
bro. Bro, I don't know what to, I'm trapped with him now. Like next week, I'm looking at Reinders out to what's it called? Enzo Fernandez, right? Because I can't go over Anderson to straight up to Enzo because I'm 0.1 million short. Anderson went down in price, and then I'm
Oh,
looking
no.
at Kudus to Eze. I don't know which one would you guys do.
Kudus.
I don't know,
Who does Kudus have in 9?
He plays Everton. I know the fixtures.
Oh,
Everton.
Oh,
Everton.
that's an asset that we haven't spoken about. In my opinion, with Odegaard's injury, I think in
Yeah.
a Salah Haaland draft, I
Eze is
personally
the
think
one.
that Eze is a gift that
100%.
you've got to take with both hands, personally.
1,000,000%. His underlying stats
Yeah.
are extremely strong for his price. It's very, very good. He's already got 3 assists in the league this season, you know. Eze.
Are we confident he keeps
Nah.
playing?
That merchant, bro. I'm sorry,
That's my
bro.
only
He said he
thing,
got in
Helder.
Anderson because of
That's
me.
my only
Wow.
thing. His
So
minutes.
I really like him. I think he's a fantastic player. I think he should be playing regardless whether Odegaard's injured or not, to be honest. But do we think he gets rotated? We've
Yeah,
seen Zubimendi,
because of Marino, isn't
and-
it? Marino, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, could do.
All
Right, cool. We're heading into the peer pressure team, guys. If you don't know what it is, it's our joint. It's basically the podcast team. We hit Mo hit the free hit last week. We got 76 points. Few good picks. Luckily, we did have Semenyo in there because if we didn't, we would be on an absolutely huge red. And obviously, Helder as the guest, you do have the peer power, which is basically you get one decision. If you want to do transfer combo, it's maximum 2 transfer combo move. You can take a hit if you'd like. It's a permanent move. It cannot be changed until after the game week deadline is passed. But your thing can be vetoed. You can see the vetoes in the top right-hand corner. And yeah. Oh, I better draw the pressure point, which is basically the free decision that one of us gets in the week. I'll let you have a look at our team though, because this is our free hit team.
Okay.
So yeah, Petrovic in goal. We've got Joachim Anderson, Gabriel Senesi. Why is Foster yellow flagged? Oh my goodness. And
Picked
by
up
the
a
way,
knock as well.
I just want to say, guys, I vetoed Salah in our very first draft and Kayman called me a helm. I tried to not include Salah in our wildcard 6 draft. And Kayman forced him in.
Let's go back to the very first. I was pulled out of the hat first, and I had the first pick of any player, and I picked Haaland, and I was told that I'm trolling. I was told that I was not being serious, that I was trying to sabotage the team. And funny enough, he's being captained by Kayman every week. Kayman, care to explain?
Well, technically not every week. I did captain Salah twice, although Haaland had demolished him.
You saw one brace against Wolves and you bought him in game week 3, bro.
Listen, I was wrong, bro. I was wrong. I apologize to the Haaland gang on game week 1. Those who were on him from game week 1. I apologize, bro. I was not familiar with your game. I doubted the main man, bro. It is what
Okay.
it is. Yeah.
Bro, do you know what's so funny about it all? He literally
Yeah.
picked Bruno as his first pick because he thought I was trying to sabotage. That much.
Yes, we'll
He
take it.
picked. That's a hat full of Benjy because Benjy keeps getting pulled out every time.
I'm done. I'm done with this shit. We're doing that free spin thing, bro. Fuck this shit, bro. We're doing that
No, no,
spin
no,
thing.
I've
We
got a
told you
better
last week,
idea.
Benji.
I thought that was coming in this week, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought as
Benji.
well.
What?
Benji, I've got a better idea, Benji.
What?
How about you pull out 3? You should pull out of that hat 3 times, and then on the third go, whoever's name it is, that should be the one who picks.
All right, fine. Helder, you can just okay. This is the Kayman. See, Kayman's name's there. Okay, that's the. Is that the second one? Okay, wait.
Yeah, and then number 3, because there's 3 of us, so it makes sense.
Stock. Okay. 1.
It's my pick then. It's my decision.
No, that's the second one.
Second one. Hold on a second.
Hey.
Fuck this shit, bro. No, bro. No, bro.
Something
Fuck
suspicious
this
going
shit,
on.
bro.
Take that.
No, fuck this
No,
shit,
no,
bro.
no.
No, fuck this shit.
By the way,
No, I'm sorry.
No, no,
Kayman.
the
I'm
first,
too much. I'm
the
fucking
first
too much.
one was Benji.
Nah,
the first
bro.
one was the first one was Benji. Then the second one was Kayman, and the third one was Stark. But I'm being told the second one was Stark. How does that make sense?
Okay.
The math is not mathing. I don't know what to say. The math is not mathing.
Okay,
Hold on,
fine.
you
Stock,
tell me, bro. What's going on, bro?
You can have the decision.
Rigged.
Anyways,
Rigged.
I just want to remind Kayman he has one decision banked from last week as well. So, Helder, you can choose whatever you'd like to do, whether that be a captaincy change, which is possible in this team. You can make a transfer. You have 1 free. I'll tell you how much we have in the bank as well. We have 0.2 million. And, you know, we like to play aggressive. If you want to go for an upside hit, no problems there. Yeah, feel free to look at. In terms of our starting, we only have 0.2 in the bank, though, so you probably have to move down from someone. Yeah, I think these guys should use their decisions on the bench, probably. I think Richards has to come into the 11. Why is
Do I make that my
Foster
decision?
flagged? I don't get
I think he picked up a knock just before international break. Even I don't think he even went away. I think it was in the game he picked up a knock.
Are we not supposed to use our bench boost this week or something?
No.
That bench boost looks good. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's alright.
Don't know.
It does. That's what I'm thinking. It looks great.
I don't
That's why
know.
we're supposed
Are we not supposed to use our bench boost? What's going on? When
We're
was the
chip
plan to use the bench
hungry.
boost?
We're using more chips than the flipping poker table out here every game week.
Yeah, we're running through the chips every week.
Bro, every week Stock is like, you know, it's a good week for this chip, you know. TC,
I'm not gonna
then he
lie.
encouraged the guests to wildcard and free hit.
I
my
know what's
goodness.
going on.
You guys don't want to use your vetoes, do you? Huh?
Yo, this is elite, bro.
Helder's deep in thought right now for his decision. Can we
I've
please?
got now that we talked about a bench boost, I mean, the only thing is, you'd have to sell Anderson possibly because he'd be on your bench and he's a bit.
It's a
I think that's a bit
It's a
boring.
2-3-pointer though.
Yeah, true.
Little
Might get
Defcon.
a little Defcon.
Yeah, we've already used We've used all of our chips apart from bench boost, so we can't really.
Have ya?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Stock.
My decision. I'd like to sell Haaland
Oh yeah,
for
right.
Jokery.
Yeah. You're taking the piss, man. Hey, at least we have
Nah,
good
I'd
Chelsea
like-
picks.
Yeah. Like, I told you about Caicedo,
I'd like
remember? I told you
to-
to pick that guy, bro.
I'd like to sell Njai. No, I'd like to sell Reinders or Paqueta.
Oh, we can afford it. Oh, yo, that's a good move. Okay.
Yeah, I like
Um,
that. That's a pretty good move as well.
okay.
Reinders, I don't know about, you know.
But is
I don't know
Helder,
about Mr.
is
Reinders.
Helder
anymore.
looking to make a transfer with his decision, or is he thinking more of a captaincy
That's-
bench boost thing?
That's a good transfer. I'll make a captaincy decision
Ooh.
so that we can all enjoy that Man United Liverpool game.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah. Hey, I like that one. I like that one. I like that one. Hey, I like what you're thinking right there. I like that one. Nah, now I'm
Okay.
excited. Now up my seat.
Alright, I'm good to confirm
I
the
can't captain in
transfer.
my team.
Yeah.
All right, I'm confirming it.
Yeah, I like that move, by the way. I
It's a
think it's an
good move.
upgrade.
Yeah, that's
Randa has
fine.
not been looking good, bro. It's just a guy.
What,
He's
you
bleeding,
don't want to
bro. Yeah.
activate. You don't want to activate the bench boost for us, Impulse, no? Eh?
What's the
Do you know it's not a bad?
what's
It's
the
not a
Foster
bad bench
news,
booster.
though?
Just
What is the Foster
That's the issue. The
news?
Foster yellow flag is the issue to stock. If the guy's not fit,
Yeah.
it's a bit of a dumb thing to do to bench boost this week, isn't it? If he's not fit.
also,
I don't know what happened to him, by the way.
would you have Rodon on your bench, or would you not play him against Burnley, or no? Instead of Anderson, or you playing you?
Oh yeah, no,
I'm
I
not
think
saying
you need to start Rodon or Richards, isn't it?
Is that
Yeah,
your
yeah.
decision,
Sorry.
Kayman?
That's not my decision, but that's just a common sense. You start the player on the freaking. That's just common sense.
Do it, bro. This
That's
guy.
a common sense. That's not a decision.
No. We
You
ain't touching
intentionally
that.
fucked up the bench.
So,
You intentionally fucked up the bench. That's
Helder,
not.
can
We're
I
not gonna
conf-
use a decision based on that.
can I confirm your
Kayman,
decision to
no.
move the armband to Salah, right?
Yeah. Look, I can't do it in my team, so at least when I'm watching that game, I can celebrate when.
I don't
You can
know,
sabotage
though.
our team.
Should I?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't
Is
sabotage
that,
mine.
is that worth a
I can have fun with
veto?
yours.
Is that worth a veto?
Ask Stark, not me. I'm all for Salah cap. I want to captain my own team, so I
won't
don't
catch-
mind this.
I don't
won't
know.
catch
I'm
me using the veto.
feeling hat tricky against Everton. I can't even lie.
Yeah, then you gotta use your veto, Benjy. That's what it is, man.
And
You
you know
gotta use your
what?
veto, bro.
Helder's my boy. Even though he told me Amrim, trust the process. He told me in
And listen,
pre-season, but
the process is going to take a little bit longer. It's not going to be this game.
yeah.
This game, I think you might concede a few. I'm calling. I think Liverpool score 4 goals here. 5 goals.
4. Oh
Yeah,
my
it's my
goodness.
prediction. Like, I'm going to go
Hell, bro.
4-1.
God
Liverpool.
damn, bro.
Sorry,
Show some
guys,
mercy,
sorry.
bro. 5 goals,
Sorry.
bro. Damn.
Okay.
I think
Cool,
Liverpool.
so-
will
Hey,
bounce
if they
back.
do score, hopefully Salah gets at least 3 or 4 of them in it, at least.
Exactly.
So what you guys saying? Bench boost, or are we gonna talk about benching dilemmas and then we'll wrap up?
Yeah.
Well, it's not really a dilemma because you should be starting a player with a better fixture. It's either Rodon or Richards. You don't start
Oh, yeah.
Asset who's playing Arsenal away.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
fine.
So now the dilemma is probably Richard versus Rodon, isn't it? Or Senesi. Which
I'm
I
not-
think I'd.
I
yeah.
think Burnley need the points. It's a huge game. I mean, but Rodon could hit Defcon and get clean, maybe. Yeah.
This is a bench boost team, man. I think if we get news that Foster is fit, I think that's
Activate.
bench boost now. Yeah, I think
the only
so.
slight issue is, do you mind that Rodon and Foster up against each other? Or do you not really mind
I mean, if one or the other scores, it's fine. And the good thing about this season is that Rodon can get Defcon. Do you know what I mean?
True.
So that's
I
the
don't know
that's
about
the.
bench boosters actually. I don't know about it because I know Burnley play Wolves in game week 9. So I think probably the better play is to, because when you look at it, right, it's when you look at the bench boost, it's Anderson versus Arsenal, and then it's 2 teams playing each other.
Yeah.
So like, it's actually not the greatest bench boost when you look at it like that. And we could just wait one more week, and then what that enables us to actually have a stronger 11. So we could probably play
Rodon
even.
against West Ham at home in 9.
But then Richard also has Arsenal as well.
yeah, we don't
Yep. And Paqueta plays against
Leeds.
Burnley.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry.
We have a bunch of
That's what I'm saying.
clashes.
So there's always going to be clashes. I think if Foster's fit, you play this week.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can decide that at the time. Well, we
Yeah,
can chat about
but
that
overall looks
personally.
good. Yeah.
We
overall
need
looks
the
good,
team
though.
use.
Yeah,
So
we'll need the
yeah.
team news for that. Maybe we will play the bench boost this week. But I'm happy with that team. So Stocks transfer, Randers to Paqueta. Kayman's, are you banking your decision again?
Yes, bro. There's
just to
nothing.
clarify-
To be honest,
No,
I'll
no,
do the
no, no,
bench boost if the Foster is fit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's his decision.
Cool.
decision.
And then
that
Helder,
counts as
Foster's
Kane.
fit, I'll make the decision. Yeah, to
obviously
bench boost,
Helder
yeah.
switched the captaincy to Mo Salah. We'll see how that goes. We will see. I'm excited for that. At least, you know what?
Boys.
If he smashes, we'll be happy in some kind of way, right?
Yeah,
good.
I
Yeah.
generally do think he'll do well. He'll do well. Sorry, but I think he will get a few goals.
2 United fans happy to let Salah captain and smash them. Damn, what a life.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on a second. Wait,
Things
hold
have
on a
changed.
second. We're happy to. This is FPL. We're talking about FPL. Like, just separate those two. I'm not saying I'm happy that he smashes us. I'm saying for this FPL team, I would be happy not that in real life football, then I'm happy.
You see,
But
you
yeah.
hear that, guys? Kayman would have a smile on his face every goal Salah scores past the team he supports. You hear that?
Shameful.
This guy's taking the piss, bro.
I have clips of him singing "You'll Never Walk Alone" and "Excellent finish, Mo Salah."
Nah,
I have all
hold
the
on,
clips.
hold on.
What?
These are allegations. These are
No,
allegations.
they're not
There's no
allegations.
proof.
Bench, you're an Arsenal fan. I don't want to hear it from
What
you, bro.
Arsenal, mate?
Yeah, bro. You're a
Say this.
shapeshifter with that, bro. Change your shapeshifter already, bro. That's not your top, man.
You know
You-
what?
you-
I'm
nah, what did
gonna,
you- who did
I'm
you
gonna
borrow that top
start
from?
Bruno, and I'm gonna vice captain him this week. That's how confident
Nah,
I
he stole
am.
my top. He stole my top. He stole my top. He borrowed it. Now it's fine. Make sure you return it.
Kayman, what are you gonna do if Bruno outscores Salah this week?
Fuck me, bro.
Oh man,
I'm
that'd be
finished, bro. I'm
crazy.
finished. If Salah blanks this week, I'm actually finished. I need it, even if it's against my team. I need him to return, man. I don't care, but give me a return this week. I did. Oh, bro.
Cool. Okay, guys, we're gonna go spend just a few minutes going through questions, then we're gonna wrap it up because it has been a very long pod. I think it's the longest pod we've done. So thank you guys for sticking through it. Bench one of. Oh, okay. No, that's not a dilemma. Should you TC Semenyo against Forest at home in game week 9? I would not go that far. Okay, let me see what other questions we got here.
Okay, here's a question. What is the best front three in FPL currently? So like the 3 strikers.
Oh wow.
Let's let
Easy, bro.
Impulse
Haaland,
answer that.
Bowen, for sure for me with
Oh,
these
wow.
fixtures. Haaland, Bowen, I would have from this week onward, and I would have.
Yeah, I'll go to the forward meta so you can see.
You see, I want to say JP, but there's something that's. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro.
You look backwards, don't you, Kayman, to predict forwards? Because he blanked the last 3, you're like.
No, but JP didn't Bowen blank last week as well.
No, but he got 2 returns like in like the last 3 or something. Got 9 pointers. I remember.
But I know, but it's not even returns though, bro. I didn't complain about him when he blanked the last 2 games, like before Liverpool. I didn't complain. Like even though even if he was to blank versus Liverpool, I wouldn't complain. Like it's just the fact that the performance haven't looked great.
Dude, the striker market's trash.
What do you think? What
It's
do you
bit-
think,
it's-
Impulse?
yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably would go Haaland, Bowen, and then probably JP. But if you wanted to go aggressive, I would put Voldemar in there. If you were going aggressive, I mean it's too early probably to go completely against the grain. But if you wanted to actually get some gains, then probably Voldemar. But
Yeah.
I do think Jean Pedro's fixtures are too good. I think Chelsea are gonna score quite a few goals coming up. He's going to be playing 90
I hope
minutes.
so.
He's suspended Champions League, so I think maybe don't overthink it too much. Like we said earlier, Haaland, Jean Pedro, and probably Bowen.
For me,
Are we sleeping on
Go
Thiago?
cheaper. Go cheap if you need to upgrade your midfield or your defense. I think we'd probably agree that it's the spot to drop down to a non-playing 4.3, 4.4 is probably a forward this at the moment.
Are we sleeping on Thiago?
I think so, you know. I do think so.
Yeah.
I like what I've seen from him. And Brentford have like some decent fixtures longer term. I think it's like Brentford. They're at the top. So like they have a decentish run, like starting 16, Burnley in there. You can rotate him in and out. Like the main thing is that I've seen Brentford have still kept like the home strong at home from last season, but not very good away. But in my opinion, West Ham away is actually the best away fixture in the league right now, just because the fans, the atmosphere, the mentality of the club, it's just everything's so negative because of the ownership. So I genuinely think it's a great fixture.
I
I
don't
think he
like
slept
their
on.
fixtures. I'll be honest. I don't like these fixtures. I don't like Thiago.
Yeah, you know, you need to
I don't
rotate
think
him
fixtures are
well
good.
in and out, basically.
Yeah, I think
For
you
me,
know, if you can
I'll
rotate
give you
him, yeah.
my best 3. From it would be Mateta, Haaland, and JP.
I like the Mateta pick.
Arteta.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Because it's just
Don't-
he's more long term than Bowen or João Pedro. That's the only reason.
That's fair. That's fair.
Cool.
Any worries with Nketiah playing more though?
Yes, I do, but what I found really interesting is that the odds for Crystal Palace to win the Conference League are like insane. Like the bookies basically have them as extremely heavy favorites. So the level of competition is in that tournament is just trash. Like the teams are trash.
Mhm.
I mean, Guiyu was getting hat tricks against these Noah teams.
Fair
So
enough,
That's
yeah.
a prestigious
So you
trophy,
get to-
by the way.
oh god. All right, I'm calling it a day, man. It's
That's the prestigious trophy, bro. That's what helped Cole Palmer get top 10 Ballon d'Or finish.
I am concerned about that though, Helder, just because Glasner said something recently about like he can't play all the games, like he does need a rest at times, but
yeah,
Palace are in just such a good position. I think they will, like, Guehi's obviously staying for this summer. I think Glasner will leave at the end as well. They're going to give it like one good push in the Prem for like a last strong finish. And then that team's going to
yeah.
get ripped apart in the summer. Okay. Anyways,
Fair
guys,
enough.
I think we're going to end it here. It's been a fantastic pod. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. We're closing in on 2.5k, I think it is. And make sure you subscribe to Helder, to Kayman. The links are in the video description. Make sure you follow Stark as well. Check out the peer